your Twitch on a different window, can you hear me just fine?
I'm about to check that right now.
And of course, I get an alert on my phone.
Check your Twitch. What are you doing?
Oh shit! You want to check my Twitch or just go to yours?
Go to my Twitch stream.
Look at Twitch now on the
Little
PS4, of
Ant.
course.
What up?
Yo, man, let me change my name because on my other podcast I call myself Little Ant, so that's not gonna fly right here with the mighty Jade Empire.
Oh, not at all.
Uh-uh.
Like I said, and save for the podcast.
I wasn't sure if Justin was live.
No, I am live right now.
Oh, all right, well there we go.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking for you now on Twitch. Like, man, you always at the bottom of the list.
I'm where? Oh, you was looking for people on Twitch?
Well, I'm on Twitch right now.
And
Okay.
of course, the commercial starts playing.
Of course it does.
Yeah, that's
You're not
yeah, that's what happened.
subscribed.
Switch, gotta get that money. Hold on. Switch, gotta get that money.
Oh my god!
Switch, gotta
I hate Twitch
get that
ads.
money.
Oh my god!
All right, you're all loud and clear in the stream. Let me make sure I'm clear in the stream.
Are you fucking shitting me?
All right, yeah, I'm clear in the stream. All right, cool.
Hey Gene, where's your picture at?
I'm on my phone.
He turned it off because he's fucking with his shit.
Oh, okay. But it does say Black Dragon. Yours say Justin Jacobs.
Right. Now you said you can change your name in the thing?
Yeah. Just go to your name and then click on it. It actually says rename. I just right click on it. It says rename. I just changed mine.
So, just where do you find the pictures at for the side?
What, the
Battery is
background?
low. What the fuck? What is going on with this shit?
Oh yeah, by the way, just we can hear each other 5 seconds later.
Oh,
Because
well, yeah,
you're
it's
in
always
your
a delay.
phone. That's because you're watching the Twitch stream through your phone. You need to turn that volume
Hmm.
down.
No,
Or
I was
off.
watching. I was actually watching on my TV.
All right, so
Because I don't. All right, hold on, Gene.
Do you still hear it now or no?
I'm not in the. Hold on. All right.
Jay, what view do you have it in? I got mine's in speaker view. So whenever somebody's talking, they get real big on the screen. Are you
No,
doing
I
that, or
keep
are you doing
mine.
a
Well,
gallery?
because I'm actually streaming the podcast, I'm just keeping mine so where everybody can be seen.
Okay. Well, what happens is when somebody start talking,
You get
then they
highlights
get
around
real
them.
big. No. It get real like in mine's. But like I'm talking, so I get real big on the screen. Then if you start talking, then you get real big on the screen.
Okay,
But
yeah,
we're all
mine's not in speaker view. I have mine open so
in
everybody.
gallery.
There's 3 windows. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right, let
you
me see
got
what
gallery.
Eugene's talking about.
But mess with
So,
it.
so when I start talking, right, my name comes
But
in
mess
the
with
front.
it. Yeah, you're
So
right
when I
now. Your
start
name
talking,
is
right, my
it
name
just got
comes
real
in the
big when
front.
Justin start talking. His name got real
So
big.
when I start talking, right, my name. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Justin start talking. Yeah, it's called speaker view. Justin, mess with it. See it, what you think. Just click on it in the upper right hand corner. It says "Got." It should say speaker view on your screen. Click on that. It'll turn
Yeah,
to
I got
speaker
it.
view.
I seen it.
This video.
So, yeah,
So,
that light behind you is washing you all the way out, Dub.
oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the
All
problem
right.
I'm having with the window behind me. Because I got that window behind me, it's washing me out. That
Okay.
light behind you is washing you out. So you can like barely get like you look kind of shadowy.
Okay.
Like I do right now.
Let me see some. Try to see.
That's the J.
I don't want to look the J.A.D.E effect. Yeah. Now that I'm too dark, and I felt like here. Let me see something.
Yeah, I know if I just cover this window, my whole scene looks better.
I'm telling you,
See how
just
you can
that's the
see me
J
better
effect,
if I.
man. When you go, that's the J
Right.
effect when you go into the shadows.
Yeah.
How about that for a name? The J effect.
I thought we've passed this already.
Eh, nothing's finalized yet. We still
Yeah.
throwing things. Well, I'm still throwing things out
I
there.
know you are. We know
Nah,
you
that's cool.
are.
Well, I already know my pain don't mean shit. It's about what y'all two think.
It
No.
does.
That's
You
not
came
true.
up with our name. You just said you came up with our name, J.A.D. in the first place.
Yep,
Yeah,
but he don't care about it.
2000. That was like what 2004, 2003.
Eugene,
Hey,
you the first
Eugene.
person to want to bring up old shit.
Eugene, one of the
Okay.
biggest things that trumps a lot of things is longevity, man. So it's good to have longevity. It's good to be like, yeah, we've been using this name since. However, that's a good selling point.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
And then also, I think it's good because the other guys could be cool with it. You know.
Right. It's something everyone's already used to. It's something we already know. Something we've
Right.
already accepted.
Yeah. See, what I like about longevity is right. It equates to my purchases when I buy certain things.
Right.
I don't like to buy the newest technology. I like to buy stuff that has longevity.
Don't you have an S20?
This not about my phone right now. It's about other things.
Okay. All right, cool. How's this, Justin?
That's better.
All right, cool. I got a light on one side, light in the front.
Yeah.
The J.A.D.E effect.
Like I need to get a desk lamp to point at me so the window doesn't blast me out. Either that or
I mean, what you could do is tilt the camera down a little bit. See how it's like right at your neck? You could tilt the camera down a little bit.
Let me see if I can try that real quick.
Really? I just told you that.
No, you didn't. Yeah, I still can't get that window. I mean, it's a little better, but I can't get that. As long as that window's in the frame, it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow me up.
Yeah, I think it's a little better though. Because you got your dark shirt on, and then you got your face that's lighter than your shirt. So no, it's a good contrast.
Could it be the camera focusing that's causing the glare?
No, it's the light that's causing the glare. That's what light does.
Well, I don't think I would have a glare if I was in front of my computer right now.
It depends on where your light source is at.
Because you don't have a window behind your computer. Look, if I block out the window, I look great.
Yeah, he's right.
It's the window.
Bro, let me see again. All you do is just go grab a towel, wrap it around your curtain rod, and you good.
Yeah, so I'll figure that out at some point.
I mean, I just told you.
So, Dub, check
yes,
out.
Sir.
Because I'm streaming on Twitch, so tell me what you think so far.
All right, let me check it out. I'm gonna go. Let's see if the app works. I'll go to the app.
I'm actually watching Twitch on my TV right now with it muted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mute the volume because that's where the echo comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like looping through your mic.
Let it echo.
Now here's my question, right? If I was to go on my computer, right, would I still be able to use my current headset?
Well, you probably not because your headset's connected to your phone and not your computer right now.
Well, it's Bluetooth, so I could just Bluetooth it to my computer.
So you'd have to reconnect it to your computer. That's what I just said.
Mm-hmm. But would I be able to use that with my webcam mic? With my webcam?
I don't know. I don't think so. You'd have to tell Zoom what microphone to use. Like right now, Zoom. This is why it's weird with Twitch. Because, and I had this issue with Anthony the other night. That's why I had to start using the actual microphone. Because I had an issue where Anthony could hear me just fine. Yeah. But I think Kim was watching and she couldn't hear me at all in the Twitch chat, in the Twitch stream. And then once I figured out how to set up my microphone in the Twitch stream, everything was all good at that point. But I'm gonna go to my computer.
I'm gonna go to my computer and download the Zoom app to my PC.
What's actually hot is I can actually play background music.
That's cool, Justin.
Because I have my whole DJ set up and I'm using my DJ computer for the Zoom chat. So if I wanted to, I could just be playing a fucking set in the background.
Yeah.
Yo, Jay, I could have sent you a picture.
I stole some stuff from your Facebook.
That's cool.
I took a couple others if you want to swap it out.
Hey, listen, man. Yeah. You can let it rock, but yeah.
I actually like that picture you put up.
It's one of the best pictures of you on. It's one of the only pictures of you on your Facebook. Recent.
No, what you mean? He got a million pictures. They all in the same pose though.
It's called a signature.
I listen, and it is your signature
Yeah,
too.
hey.
I ain't gonna lie to you on that.
So, Gene, you brought up the PS5. Let's talk about it.
All right, hold on. Before you do that, right?
Okay.
Um,
Let's have a
let's
word with our sponsor.
before you do that, let's just there's gonna be some people watching this live, and there's gonna be some people that's gonna be watching it played back.
Okay.
So
So
let's
no
just at
spoilers.
least start over, right? And do some introductions. Just give them a little bit of who we are, how we came together, and then go from there.
Good
You know?
idea, Anthony. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So
Start us off.
Jay, you want? All right, I'll start us off. So we have been friends since high school, the three of us. And this thing is bigger than the three of us. So you guys who are watching, you will get to know a lot more people in the coming however long we do this, and we plan on doing this for however long.
Exactly.
So yeah, we came together in high school. We've all had a passion for video games, and that's what brought us together. Hence the name Mighty Jade Empire. So if it sounds corny to you, it could be corny, but it's what got us together and more. However, we take pride in being individuals with our own individual ideals and collectives. And what we believe collectively is that when you put so many differences together, it makes a beautiful explosion. And that's what we're here to do is entertain you guys and just let you see what we have to offer. I know there's a lot of podcasts, a lot of shows and things out there, but I truly believe that you're not going to see something like this with the differences that we bring. So, Jay, you want to jump in there?
That's what's up. No doubt. My name is, as you can see, Justin Love. I'm the DJ of the group. Like you said, we all met in high school. We were friends for God knows how many years. Uh, I remember I brought Eugene into the group soon after I met Anthony, and yeah, we just jumped off from there. But yeah, to extrapolate on that, we started off as J.A.D.E. There was four of us, and then the Empire is what we became after that because there are so many facets, so many people, so many opinions, so many elevated opinions. Let me put it that way
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many intelligent and intellectual people in our group, and you will definitely meet them sooner probably than later. And
Right.
I'm actually looking forward to that. This is going to be good. This is going to be hot.
Real
I'm
good.
digging this. Uh,
To give you guys an idea, real quick, not to jump in there, Justin, but I just want the people to realize if you're familiar with the Wu Tang Clan, that then that's pretty much
Nothing to
the
be fucked with.
yeah the closest thing I could say. We are a bunch of guys, not just the three of us, and we're so different in many ways, but collectively we form an empire.
yep.
And you know,
Like
but
we said, we form like Voltron with one arm.
you ain't lying. So, Eugene, you want to say some stuff to the people
Well, as y'all
about
know, I'm Eugene. Go by the name of Black Dragon 79 on
It'd be
PlayStation
great
Network
if
and
we could
Xbox
see
Live.
you.
right?
That is really cool story. My picture's right there for the world to see. That's what I look like. Got the hat on.
Facts.
Anyway, I met Justin back in I believe the tail end of ninth grade, going into the 10th grade year. We just had to be sitting at the same lunch table one day talking about Street Fighter 2. He
Sounds about
challenged
right.
me, went to his house, got washed, and we've been friends ever since.
I knew that was he was gonna say that.
Look, he's got to hold on to them victories. He doesn't have much.
Yeah, man, you got washed.
Well, another cool thing about today is if you guys could see,
Let's not make it a sad occasion.
we're all wrestling fans as well,
Oh,
and I got
indeed.
my Seth freaking Rollins, the Kingslayer.
So there will be
So,
some wrestling talk in this podcast, so be
oh
prepared.
yeah,
Oh, I got my opinions of tonight's show,
Oh, you and me both, brother.
which is not a good opinion at all.
well,
we right.
what's crazy. I just heard today that I didn't know this. I heard this. I heard WrestleMania has been taped for like 2 weeks already.
Yeah,
I
everything
didn't
up
know
till
that.
now has been taped.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
The major change because apparently there was I saw this last night. There was a taped opening between Roman and Goldberg that was supposed to air last night, but
Okay.
because of the last minute change, they just didn't air it at all. And
Oh, cool.
I do say this: I was watching Steve and Larson on YouTube, and shout out to them and their podcast and their show. I just found it lazy that they didn't even attempt to make it a storyline thing. They just said, and at WrestleMania, facing Goldberg will be Braun Strowman. Like,
Yeah, and you know what's
okay,
crazy? Yesterday, my son asked me. He said, "Oh, what are you most excited about for WrestleMania?" And the sad thing is, and mind you, I watched SmackDown late last night, or maybe this morning, late last night, and I said, I'm so excited to see who Goldberg's gonna go against. Now it's not Roman Reigns, and I got no story.
yeah,
I'm like,
they gave us
really?
nothing. Just,
not
Yeah,
just
not a
put, just
damn
drop and
thing.
drag Braun Strowman.
yeah, that's pretty sad.
So
But
yeah, that was pretty weak. The
what I
one thing
hope
I'm
though,
looking forward
Braun.
to the most
Mhm.
is the Bray Cena match because they pretty much touched on what they're gonna do at WrestleMania on SmackDown last night, and that was
Mhm.
sick.
Yeah,
That
I
was
didn't even watch
nuts.
SmackDown last night.
I heard they're gonna that's gonna be a really good or not. I heard they was gonna they're spending a lot of money on the set for that. So I
Yeah, that
heard
one's
that
gonna be like
Firefly
mad
Funhouse.
cinematic. It has to be.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that match. Gene, are you looking forward to anything particular during WrestleMania?
Hmm. Only match I'm really looking forward to is Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch.
That's
Okay.
probably my most second match I'm
You you
excited
you,
for.
you want to know what match I'm not looking forward to?
What's that?
Brock.
Yeah,
Well, no, I
who,
think. See, here's
Brock
my
versus
thing.
Drew McIntyre.
I
Drew's
don't
not gonna
think
go over
that's going to be a
tonight.
straight wash. I
Drew's
think it's
not
going to
going
be a
over tonight,
decent match.
unfortunately.
But this is what I'm hoping for, and I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I
I
feel like
think
with this whole pandemic we're going through, that it's going to affect the outcome of a lot of stuff because we don't know if they've taped anything past WrestleMania. At least
Well,
not that
that's
I've
what
read.
scared. That's what when I was talking last today when I found out. That's what scared me because, dude, I like wrestling, and I'm even cool with the little cheesy wrestling we're getting right now. Like I'm watching and like, yeah, it's no
Yeah, I'm
crowd,
actually
but
watching it.
it's still wrestling. Yeah, and they've been doing a good job with the camera angles. But I heard that they possibly might take a break. I'm like, what?
Well, that's the thing. So this is what I'm thinking. You got
I'm not opposed to it.
like high end people like Brock Lesnar. I could see him losing to Drew McIntyre just for the simple fact that it's Brock Lesnar. He doesn't show up half the time anyway.
Hmm.
So I could easily see him losing the belt, going home to chill with his family, getting away from people, and and the sheer possibility of catching corona and shit. And no, real talk. The same thing with a lot of these high end people. Like Roman, obviously he got out early, and understandably, like anyone who's giving Roman heat, because that's what I heard. The last thing I
Right.
read as
Only
far as that
he
was
gotta
is
be
that
he gotta be an asshole to get mad at him
can
for thinking about his
okay,
health first.
you're right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But the WWE is not speaking on it and letting Roman take all the heat. WWE hasn't commented on Roman not being in the match at all. Now,
That is
obviously, we
true.
all know, Roman coming back from fighting leukemia and whatnot. He has a compromised immune system. You and Eugene, you and I know that life quite well. You know,
Hmm.
dealing with what we deal with. So, for Roman to
That's
pull
right,
out,
Mike.
I have no issue with that. By all means, please do protect yourself. Um, you know, and I'm hoping that they honestly let Braun take it because
Yeah, man.
Goldberg is another one who is not main roster. So like him holding on to the belt makes what sense?
Right.
None.
Yeah. So when this is all said and done, and we do get back to business as usual, Braun comes back champ. Which is a great match for him and Roman because Roman we've seen what their matches look like. They're amazing. Um, Drew McIntyre comes back a champ, and these dudes that are, not main roster can go chill.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like use them now because because WrestleMania is the show of the mortals. So
Right.
have it like the Brock Lesnar, obviously a Brock Lesnar match or Mania. It's a given. Goldberg, but it's still Goldberg. They let him. He's going off the high of beating Bray when Bray couldn't be defeated by seven curb stomps from Seth.
Right.
Oh, that pissed me off
Kingslayer.
so much.
But
That pissed me off so much.
but yeah, so yeah, I mean, but yeah, utilize those guys to push some other guys. Like Braun hasn't yet. I feel like when Braun was the highest of his peak, they should have gave him the belt. This I call it the Ryback effect. You have that guy up here, and you just don't give it to them, and then stuff. Eventually, people are gonna be like, "All right, man, we're watching you because we're all behind you. Want you to see you get the belt, become a big star." And it never happened, and then we lose interest, and you go down.
Right,
And Braun,
right.
a lot of people lost interest. So I feel like, dude, give give it to him. You know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
on a
Yeah.
whole, I'm not expecting a whole lot from WrestleMania.
Right.
Just keeping it real. Like I
Well.
talked about the few matches I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I'm probably on the same page as Eugene. I'm not expecting it to be. Now, here's the thing. I could be completely wrong because here's the other side of that coin. The other side of that coin is this is an amazing opportunity to make all of WrestleMania incredibly cinematic.
Yes.
Because,
Yes.
sure, we watch live shows all the time. We know what these people are capable of. So they could make WrestleMania just a little bit more story driven and it could be epically cinematic. And that would
So
actually be mad cool.
here's what's cool. I literally was talking about this morning. I said lately, people promos, man, because they've been getting like Kevin Owens.
They've, well,
Edge was
yeah, because they've
going.
had to step their game up.
Edge was going on for a minute. You know what a friend of mine said to me this morning? He said, "What? Some I don't remember who it was, but one of the wrestlers said sometimes they do promos, and when the audience scream what or CM Punk or whatever, they lose their train of thought, and it
Right.
doesn't go the way they wanted to. But with no audience, they're just giving it to you how they planned it, and
Yeah.
prepared it.
And they're
And I
cutting
think it's
some
showing.
crazy stuff. Like, I remember
Yeah,
a couple weeks ago when Bray, oh my God, when Bray was in the ring with John, that was nuts.
yeah,
That was incredible. We're talking Oscar worthy performances here. Like these cats are going in. Kevin Owens, he went in. Just
he
you
went
mentioned
in.
Edge.
Yeah,
Amazing. Like, yeah, they are putting out amazing stuff when it comes to these promos. So
right.
yeah, I'm looking forward to see what else they do.
Now, here's what's cool what you said with cinematics. Remember, right? So when people go to wrestling and they sit in the seats, it's certain stuff they can't see that's on camera that we can
Right.
see from home. Now, everyone is going to be able to see that. Like, when they got the little stuff in the ear and all that, that
Right,
only we
right.
can
The
see.
the augmented reality stuff
Yeah,
and
like they could just add a bunch of
they could
extra
take it there.
things.
I mean, if they
It,
wanted to, and I was joking around with my girl, I was joking around with Mary, talking about how they can make it look like a video game. When people get put in specials, they can go into slow motion, and the whole screen could shake and like, and they can just
yeah.
be stupid with it, and I'd love
And
it. I'd
think
eat it
about it.
up.
And if they recorded this all 2 weeks ago, they got 2 weeks of editing. They could just
Exactly. They
yeah.
could go in and exactly.
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Gene, on WrestleMania overall?
Boy, it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow, especially watching this whole event with no crowd interaction.
It was funny actually. I'm glad you mentioned that because that very first episode of SmackDown with no crowd, me and
Right.
Mary are sitting there like, oh my god, like the crowd is like a character in and of itself.
Yeah, to a
I
point.
haven't watched I haven't watched SmackDown since then.
No, well, here's the problem. It got better. It got a lot better.
It
Like
did.
last Friday, not yesterday, but last Friday was the first day me and Sandy was sitting there watching it. And usually we're playing on our phones and stuff. We was actually into it because they got better with the camera angle. So when I talked to my friend this morning, I'll shout his name out, Kevin. Um, what he was saying, because he listened to all the dirt sheets and all that stuff. He was saying that WWE first three shows with no audience was kind of bad. And then AEW did their first show with no audience, and the camera angles was really good. And then
Right?
WWE realized, like, oh, we need to start zooming in closer. Don't make it wide out so you can see too much in the background. And it's actually been pretty good for me ever since they got their camera work together.
That's what's up.
So,
Let me give a quick shout out to someone in the chat. Yo, Primal. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. We gonna be talking here for a while, so tell your friends to come on through, watch the chat, watch the podcast.
oh yeah,
Let's see. Hold on. But also, weird audio from Black Dragon. Yo, someone's saying you're getting weird audio from. Yeah, Primal saying you're getting weird audio from your mic, Gene.
Where like, what type of audio you talking about?
Your audio. You say
mm,
it's coming through weird. Oh, it's clipping. Maybe you shouldn't use that headset.
uh, yo, I'm gonna share your link. So here's the thing we gotta get to. Should I?
Can Primal describe the audio he's talking about? Because I don't hear on my end.
You said it's
Justin,
clipping.
can
Well,
you hear it?
because coming. No, I heard it earlier. He's right. Coming through the.
No, it's Anthony's mic.
Oh, he says it's Anthony's mic.
Oh, my
Of
mic.
It's
course,
clipping.
yeah, of course it would be his money.
Why would
What
it
a
Wow.
be his mic?
surprise!
He's using
Yeah. I got me mine.
Let's
just
see.
check it in the
Sign in with
Zoom
Crew.
in
Yeah, I
the
check
in
it
the
out.
Zoom settings.
See, I thought Zoom
Oh,
was
is
an
it?
app.
Is
It's
it?
basically a website.
See,
It
Eugene.
well no,
Apparently, you
because you
didn't
can
know what you
Zoom
was
you
talking
can do it
about.
through an app or through the internet.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Now on
Let
the
me
yeah,
look
just
into it.
PC, is there an app?
yeah, there's an app. There's an
Oh, let me
Android
see.
app.
I'm talking about. Is there a PC app for it?
Yeah, that's what I'm using. But
All right. So
I
it
am
sound
concerned
okay
for
when
after
Justin's
WrestleMania. That's my
talking.
big thing. I'm hoping that we're past all this Corona shit before. I'm hopefully before SummerSlam.
Oh, for things to get back together.
Yeah, I mean by then I'll be out of work, so it won't even matter. Like my school year ends in June.
Well, here's my thing
Your
too.
school year
People
already ended.
True, I believe that.
people were saying that they should push it back. I don't want people to push it back because wrestling is seasonal. So we got SummerSlam coming up. You know,
Right.
if you push WrestleMania back, then SummerSlam would be messed up. You push SummerSlam back, then Survivor
No,
Series.
you're right.
You know,
I totally agree with that.
right?
Totally agree with that.
Some are saying
Yeah.
WrestleMania should just be canceled. Period.
I
Yeah.
mean, some people would agree. I don't necessarily disagree with that sentiment, but I will say
Right.
this: um, just as entertainment goes, like they say, the show must go on. So I'm not going to say I respect.
Let me use the mic from I used the mic from my computer.
Yeah, you sound fine on you sound fine coming through my computer. Check
Right.
what you want to do is check your go into the settings in Zoom and just make sure your audio isn't clipping.
Oh, you know what? I think it's still doing it. What you want me to do?
Go into the Zoom settings and make sure your audio isn't like maxing out because that one makes that clip noise. Like it sounds like it's basically like the sounds like hitting a wall.
No, yeah, I was listening to it myself, and it sounds like if I had a wire that was like messed up or
Yep,
something.
yep, that's pretty. Yep, that's what it'll sound like.
So where's the options at? Is it? Let's see.
All right, let me see. You're
I
on your
got they got
computer.
video settings. I don't think it would be in video settings, right?
No, look for there should be an arrow next to if you're at the bottom,
All right, yeah, on the left. All
you'll
right,
see a
microphone.
microphone and a arrow pointing up, and you should be able to go into the settings from there. Like the bottom
Yeah.
option is audio settings.
So what should I do? Switch. It got a bunch of microphone stuff.
All right, so you went,
Microphone.
but you clicked on audio settings.
Yeah.
All right, so check your input. As you talk, you'll see your input go up and down. Make sure it's not going all the way to the end, and if it is, the right underneath is the volume.
Oh, I don't see that. I see the. Let's see. I
Well,
don't
if
see
you
it. It shows up. Let me see. Audio settings. Oh, there we go. The input level.
either set
It's
it to
moving.
automatic or just put the volume slider down some.
All right, so it has output level, volume, input level, volume. You think I should put the input level volume down?
Yeah, put it down a little bit.
That's weird. I feel like I can't touch it. Let's see.
Should be a little blue slider.
Yeah, it looked like I can't. The slider won't. Oh, it's moving now.
Move.
Oh, because I had it on automatically adjust volume.
Okay.
Now I'm messing with it myself.
Yeah, so turn off automatic because I actually have automatic off.
Okay, you have it off. All right.
And
Well, I moved the volume down a little bit. I think that's probably just gonna make me my voice lower. I think.
well, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
And you were coming through the stream extra loud. That was the problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear if. Oh wow, that's actually. Oh no, you pulled up your thing on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously there'll be the delay because of Twitch or whatever.
Right. I'm trying to hear myself on Twitch. See how it sounds.
Prime, are you still
I
there?
think
How
that
do you
I think that
sound?
might have fixed it. I think that might have fixed it.
Probably. You probably sound better now.
All right, we're gonna rock with that.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's just segue into some gaming.
Bet. Um, I know earlier Eugene brought up the PS5. I read an article. Did I watch? What's his name? You know who I'm talking about, Gene.
RTU.
Yes, Rich from Review Tech. He made what the hell is this? I like how this comes up randomly. Running
Oh yeah,
out of
remember
time.
we can't
We've
be
removed the
on
40-minute
with three
time limit
people
on
longer than 40
your
minutes.
group meeting.
Oh yeah, you gotta pay for the premium session.
Well, they just said they removed the time limit. That's
Yeah,
literally what this says. So I'll take that. Thank you. So
yeah, right.
yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this. But anyway, PS5. So word on the street is it's having overheating issues.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Opinions?
Oh boy.
I'm a big skeptic when it comes to word on the street. So I feel like has anyone actually have a working PS5 out in the wild? I feel like they're so secretive with their even just giving us the tech specs. So who the heck was privy to this information if the world don't even know what it looks like and have all of the specs yet? So that's what's hard for me to really, believe hearing that.
Eugene, what are your thoughts? I'll go last.
Well, maybe the reason that the PS5 hasn't been revealed is officially because of the issues that it having with getting it to run correctly.
That's actually a very good
Yeah.
that's actually a
I,
very
I
good
mean,
point.
I mean, if you go on YouTube right now, Austin Evans, he already dissected the entire Xbox Series X. He dissected from top to bottom. We all know what it looks like.
Right.
Right.
PS5, we have no idea that thing look like a toilet seat or not.
Not a clue. You're absolutely right.
And probably did, like I said, they didn't reveal it yet because they have an issue trying to get to run. So they might have to redesign the chassis from the ground up in order for it not have heating issues.
True would be nice. Be nice, True. All right, so I'm of the opinion of where I honestly agree with you on this one, Anthony. Yeah. Um, skeptic, haven't seen what it looks like, have no idea what the build of it is to know whether it's over. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, this thing's supposed to drop this year. So I would assume
Tentatively.
Sony has an idea of what the system looks like, the build
Right.
of it, at least on paper. You know what I'm saying? You would think, even with what's going on in the world, that they have even some manufacturing done. At the very least, a consumer prototype, right? So I would guess that's where they're getting this information from. But yeah, I would take that with a grain of salt because it's like we have no idea. We haven't seen the system. We
Right.
don't know what cooling system they're going with. We know some of the tech specs thanks to that long ass
Yeah, because
meeting.
here's my thing, right? You would think if someone leaked this, right, then they should have been leaked like the actual specs. And when they actually did the Sony demo or the Sony when they came out and told us, you'd be like, oh wow, that's what was leaked. But no one knew. They had it on lock and key. No one knew those specs 100%. So
Yeah.
how does now someone knows it overheats?
And to say this when dev kits have been out in the wild and we know what they look like. Like, let's be real, it's not pretty, but if the dev kit works and doesn't overheat, fuck it, give me that.
Right.
I'll take it.
Let me share your
Now, also, you got to keep in account that Sony wants the system to come in at a cheaper price. So, in order for that to happen, you got to build a system a little on the cheaper side.
That's another rumor. And here's what this is what for me gives this rumor some validity. Um, Sony obviously wants to do better than Microsoft.
right.
You know, bullshit for nothing. So this leaked $400 price tag, I think it's possible. But here's what I also believe. I also believe that the model that they're promoting right now, 10 teraflops and whatever, that's the going to be the base model, and 6 months to a year later there'll be a pro model.
I hate
Not
that
to
business
say
practice
crazy,
with a
but
passion.
So I'm legit thinking. Primal says your audio is better. Thanks,
okay.
Primal. So with that said, I feel like there's a very good chance that that $400 price tag is right. But
$400.
huh?
$400?
Yeah.
Like
Some Canadian
399?
outlet store got their numbers in, and it got leaked that the system is going to be $400, and that's for the model that Mark Cerny was talking about in that tech demo. That tech talk he was talking about. I think that's going to be a base model. I think within a year there'll be a pro model that'll
Oh
probably more
God.
powerful than the Xbox Series X. That's my opinion.
Oh my
Why
god,
not?
man! These
What?
whole extras. I guess it is. You know what it is? It's common. So at the end of the day, we can't get mad at it. Like obviously, they don't come out of PlayStation, and then they're gonna come out of the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro. I guess it can't feel some type of way. They did it already, so how could you feel some type of way if they do it again, right?
Right.
So
I mean, it's like this. If I currently own a 4K TV,
right,
so for me, it would make a little bit of sense if I bought a PS4 Pro. But knowing that the PS5 is coming out, I'm not gonna do that. But
right.
I currently am using my PS4 to its fullest potential right now. I play a lot of games on it. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive in it. You know, I don't know if you know. Did you pre-order Final Fantasy VII?
No.
Dude, it pre-downloaded already. It's already on my
Um,
system and has a 5-day timer. I'm like, God damn it, man.
well, I'm just gonna throw this in there because we're talking about gaming. You know, I don't get excited about pre-downloading because I am a person who enjoys cloud gaming, and there is no download. You press purchase
Oh
and play.
Lord, here we go.
Just saying, I had to throw that
We'll
out
get that. All right, we'll get to that conversation in a minute. But
there.
Primal said he's a PC gamer. I'm so over the console wars. I feel you. I
What
feel
did he
you.
say?
I'm definitely. Uh, Primal says I'm so glad I've changed to a PC gaming man. I'm so over the console wars. I feel you. I think console wars are stupid. I'm not a
Listen,
fanboy. I follow games. If your
right,
system has a good game, if your system comes out with a game that looks good enough to the point where I'll go out and buy the system, bet more power to you.
right.
Um, but yeah,
Or honestly, I'm not even. So I used to be a big graphics guy, dude. I'm not even that. I don't care if your game looks that great. If your game is like, I'm into features now. I want to see something cool. Like I want to be like we talked the other day. Give me all of Destiny. I
yeah.
could. So the new console is supposed to be so powerful. I want to
Give
see
me
it. You
all
know
the
what I'm saying?
Destiny. Come
So, you
out
don't
with a
even.
Destiny Ultimate. Give me the Cosmodrome back. Give me Siva back.
Yep.
Like, and
The
put it all in one
dreadnought.
console in one game. I cop that. Not even gonna lie, I
Yeah.
cop that.
But yeah, I mean, I I expect these new things to look great, but I'm gonna say, imagine if the new system, right? Hear me out.
Right?
Make a game that look as good as the best looking PlayStation 4 game, right? Let's say God of War, Last of Us. Well, not Last of Us because that was actually a PlayStation 3 game, right? But let's say a
Yeah, the
game
PS3 remake.
as good as like a God of War 4, right?
Right.
Don't have to be the super great graphics, but then use that extra space to make it like just massive, and you could do so much stuff.
Right, no doubt.
Man, that'd be mind blowing.
Yeah, that'd be hot. I would dig
Yeah,
that. Um,
that'd be serious.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to the PlayStation 5. But knowing what I feel they're gonna do, am I gonna
Right,
get it right away? Probably not.
right.
I need to see more of what the system's going to do before I get excited. So my excitement is not there. Right
Well, no, that's where a lot of people saying Sony is failing right now. They're failing at really promoting this thing. They're failing at really where Microsoft right now is doing exceedingly well with
Right.
with
You know why
product
Sony? You know what?
promotion. They are blowing
You know
Sony out of
what?
the water right now.
Here's why I think Sony's not promoting like they should because they're too big for the British.
I agree.
They let their overconfidence skew their judgment. They think the
Well,
Sony name alone is going to sell the system day one without no real advertising behind it.
well,
All
here's the thing.
because they
I,
apparently beat the Xbox system 2 generations in a row.
Now, you're probably right.
I won't say 2 generations in a row. I'll say 1 generation. But
Yeah,
um,
they went out in a row because they were good during the PS2 days, and then the PS3
right,
days, unfortunately, that was not good.
yeah, that Xbox 360 was on
They
fire,
like
boy. People
eventually
forget
caught up, and I'll go as far as to say surpassed, but that was a tough road to hoe.
Yeah. But I think
Still
you're
did
getting
it.
onto something, and being that not even a Sony name, but that this what Sony has their catalog. Because, for instance, they have got diehard fans of these single player franchises that you cannot get on Microsoft. So no matter if Xbox showed the name, what the system looked like, every detail. Can I play God of War on it? Oh, I can't. Can I play Horizon Zero Dawn? Oh, I can't. Can I play The Last of Us? Can I play Uncharted? I mean, Sony. I feel
Games
like
sell
living off
consoles,
that. Well, some people won't jump ship because they was the more popular one, and
right?
I feel like as much as we're like you may not get it day one. This probably be the first time I don't get it day one for different reasons. But cloud gaming. But and Gene might not get it day one. But we definitely ain't getting no Xbox. Let's be clear. You're
Yes,
not gonna buy an Xbox over. Just saying.
facts,
So
Listen,
absolutely.
listen, I'm going to take this quick L, yo. I do have an Xbox One X,
And
which
nah,
is basically a glorified Blu-ray player for me right
I have
now.
like 2 games
Which,
for it,
that's
yeah,
cool.
I got Forza, I got Gears of War 4, but
and you got
honestly, I only
KI.
use that failure.
Oh, Justin, your lighting just got a lot better for some reason.
That's because Mary's back there messing with it because
Oh,
she's
okay.
by that window. See, once you, that's what I need to do. Oh yeah, look at
Bro,
that.
just put a towel over that window real quick, man.
I'm not gonna do it now. Next time it'll
Take
be
a
there.
towel, tuck it in, and bam, you're good.
Something.
Mary, tuck a towel into that window, into the rod. I'm just saying.
But yeah, no, you're right. We're not. None of us are getting an Xbox.
No,
Whoa, what was
not at all.
that?
But
I only have one because I was helping Rich out.
you know what's funny though? When the Xbox One came out, right,
Right.
it made a lot of people move over to Sony.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
Why?
yeah,
Because Sony right now is making the same mistake that Microsoft did post 360.
not true. So not true.
Yeah, so not true.
Because you got to remember the mistakes Microsoft made, like constant DRM, having to log into the system every 24
Right.
hours,
That's
not
why I
being able
said
to
post
sell and share
360.
games. Sony's not doing any of those things.
Any of that. Sony's just slow on giving out information.
They're just
That's
slow
what.
on
That's
giving out
it.
information. They're not doing any of the. Trust me, they were offending consumers in a major way. Microsoft,
Yeah.
Sony's not hasn't done any of that yet.
Right.
But they
Now,
damn sure on a
now,
fast track to doing it.
now, I will
No,
say
they're
this.
just slow with giving out information.
Yeah, that's it. I will say this. Now, some of the things I think Xbox was a little ahead of their time. Some of the things they wanted to do end up showing that it made sense. Like, for instance, our favorite game in the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years has been Destiny, and that's an online only game. So I get where they see the future was going, but
Right.
at the time, nobody wanted to hear that, and we still don't want
Yeah.
to hear that. But
I damn
but
sure
they
don't
was
want to
on
hear it.
point though. If you think about it, they was thinking like, man, this is where the future is going, but don't force nobody. That's the thing,
Right.
you know.
Microsoft tried to force it on people, and people weren't ready for
Yeah.
that.
Like the biggest thing was that the Connect is always on. Listen, like people, what is always on? That means it's always listening. Like
Oh
that
yeah,
threw people for a
yeah. No one
loop.
wants the deep state watching you walking around in your drawers. Like no, like, and I mean always on. So even when the system's off, it can hear every word you're saying because it's waiting for that quote unquote command of turn me
Right.
on. So like, no one was down for that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when the system, even after most of the anti-consumer practices, they still wanted to sell the system for $100 more. And their argument was, oh well, we can't sell the system without the Connect because it won't work without the Connect. And that was literally
And
the $100 wall that was keeping up that $500.
Right.
about a year later, they proved that the system does work without that BS
That
connect.
is
Just
true. They
fine.
started selling it
Just
without the
fine.
Connect. Right.
But you
That's
know what
true.
I like? But you know what I don't want to see this coming generation? Don't even bother giving us a mic. Don't bother giving us a camera for these systems if you're not going to make it usable?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like the PS4 camera, what function do it really service?
Whoa, whoa,
If you
whoa,
don't,
whoa,
whoa,
bro.
yeah, slow
Whoa,
down.
whoa.
If you don't have a
Just
PS4, if you
hold up.
first of all, if you don't have any games for it, that's one thing. But I've used it to stream from.
Oh, can I chime in there
Go
real
ahead,
quick?
Anthony.
Just a little plug. You can see me on All Purpose Champion Crew every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Twitch. Well, go to YouTube now. But with my PlayStation camera, that wouldn't be possible the way I do it without that PlayStation camera. So
Yeah,
don't down them being able to use the camera, man.
like there
I
is.
just feel I just felt that camera could have been so much more. They just
Maybe,
used it
but
to stream.
don't down the camera. It's
Don't
you
yeah, but don't down something that actually works. It actually works
yeah,
quite well.
quite well.
Like you remember the PS3 camera, right? We was able to go into a video party chat on the PS3 system with that camera.
But that has nothing to do with the camera.
That had nothing to do with the camera.
That's system
Yeah,
software.
yeah.
That's something that
Which
people
we
would like that Sony has yet to implement again. That has nothing to do with the camera.
That's
hey,
all.
we may see it in the PS5. Who knows?
I like that.
Maybe.
That'd be something I like to see bring back.
Not for nothing. They could this what we're doing now. They could have their own thing like that. I see what you're saying. Like imagine getting on PlayStation. They could use the PlayStation View and you rebrand that as something like this. So instead of us being in our party chats, we could just go into a chat and see each other. That'd be cool.
That would be
Yeah,
cool. I
video
wouldn't
chat,
mind them bringing
a
that
video
back.
party,
Yeah. But
and
it's
you can
not like
stream the
something
video
that's
party to
needed.
Twitter.
But it would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that being the thing.
Yeah. Eugene is always doom and gloom, man.
Well, you know what? I
Well, it's just
appreciate
me
that
giving my
though,
opinion.
because we need that need. See, that's what's necessary in this world. Because trust me, if without some doom and gloom, you don't get facts.
Well, and that's why I said those collective differences in the beginning. That's what we have, man. If we was all agreeing to everything, then it'd be like, come on, man. You know?
Matter of
This
fact,
would be a very boring world where everybody agrees.
let me
Yeah.
do this real quick. I'm going to let's see. Where's that email?
So, while he's doing that, what games are everybody playing right now? I am currently playing Doom, but I've been playing the heck out of Call of Duty recently. I've been playing the multiplayer. Yesterday I had me and my two people that play with me when I stream versus my son and his two people, and that was really cool. Then we play a lot of the Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, and play that plunder slash blood money mode, which is a lot of fun. But I've pretty much been playing that and Doom. What about you, Gene?
Well, earlier this week I downloaded Resident Evil 2 the remake.
Okay.
I beat that game in about a day and a half, and I started my second playthrough right with Claire. And I hate to say, but it kind of got old fast for me.
Hmm. So, um, it still is like the original, where you could play through two times with Leon and Claire, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So, and they all have their each own story, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
If the game had like a new game plus mode, or I didn't have to fish and farm and unlock everything all over again, I'd probably be more open to play through it again.
Well, it probably will, but for that specific character though, like I'm sure you could do that with Leon, right? Now that you beat the game with Leon, right?
Nope.
Oh wow, that's strange. Well, remember God of War 4, they waited like 6 months to add the plus mode, so maybe they will bring it.
Now, have you beaten the game on New Game Plus with God of War yet?
No, man, God of War was so much fun, but I didn't want to start all the way over. I wanted to
I don't
just
know.
go roam through the world and still collect everything.
See, I beat the game, but I didn't trigger the ending because I was trying to get the platinum trophy, like doing all the side missions and whatnot. And
Okay,
then somehow my copy of the game just disappeared.
huh, fun. Yeah, that game is awesome, but I have an issue with one player games that has no multiplayer whatsoever because I end up beating them and then I find myself not going back to them.
I have that
Um,
issue too.
yeah,
Where if a game
um,
is a single player game, don't get me wrong. I'll be totally vested. Kingdom Hearts, perfect example. Bought it, loved it, beat it. They came out with new content, and I've been meaning to get back to it. I just
Right.
haven't. I just haven't. I get to when it's a single player game, and it has to be something special, like for me to come back to it. And the only game I can say I've truly done that with is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I don't care what they put that game on. I've beaten
Right.
that on every platform. I'm currently playing it. They literally came out with it on Android,
Oh wow.
and
Like
it's fire.
hold up. Like actual
Like
like
actual in store app you can download. I think it's like $2.99.
in the Play Store.
Yes, dude. I'll send you a link right now.
Send it to me right now.
Right now.
You said Castlevania?
Symphony of the
Yeah,
Night.
send me
Yeah.
the site.
Oh, nice.
I was
Yo,
like,
that was
word.
insane.
We all got the phones that you played on.
Yeah, that's a oldie but a goodie, man.
Yeah, man. Fucking classic.
Super classic. I'm gonna rate the guys. I see
But
you.
y'all know what game I'm waiting on, and because they didn't announce a release date, I'm starting to not give a shit about it now. Streets Rage 4.
No,
Mm-mm-mm.
I'll never not give a shit about that. I'm super hyped. Oh man, it's got to be soon. I'm hoping it's this month. I don't know because I sent you a link to this company called Limited Run, where they're putting out like box copies of the game. There's a copy of the game
Yeah,
that
I know.
comes with like a Genesis case.
Yeah, I saw it, and I'm not gonna pre-order that shit until I know a definite release
No,
date.
me neither. I want a date, and you know me,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna get it
gonna.
digitally anyway. I'm not sweating that physical shit. But like, I've been scouring the PlayStation store for the past couple Tuesdays since I saw that pre-order from Limited Run. It's got to be soon if they're allowing the company to manufacture pre-order special editions. It's
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
be soon.
has to be. Now, I will say this: I give Xbox some credit because, again, I'm a fan of gaming in general. Um, on Xbox, Streets of Rage 4 will be part of their Game Pass. That's kind of I got to give them credit for that. To take a
Yeah,
game that's popular and that's going to come out and they're just going to throw it in Game Pass. They're trying hard to get some fans. I think what they're going to do is they're trying hard to get people to be invested in Game Pass, and hopefully, when the new system come over, maybe they're going to have some type of like, oh, and we got Game Pass for this, and
Oh well,
I don't.
yeah. The idea of games as a service is not new, and that's been floating around for a while. Instead of you paying one time to buy a game,
Right,
you just pay a fee for a
right.
subscription service, and that's how you get your games. And you pay that fee every month or year, and that's how you keep access to those games.
Now, here's their only problem, right? Is that those games are typically like the games that you either played before or you just never was into. So those games aren't new games unless it's an Xbox exclusive. So I give them credit for that. Like I was able to play Gears of War 5 a week before everybody else who bought it because I had Game Pass. That's cool. But other than those games, like to be honest, well, in Streets of Rage, that's gonna be cool. Excuse me, so I can't knock that. But for the majority of the games on Game Pass are games that you would technically get on PlayStation Plus. How many of the PlayStation Plus games you play, right? You're just like, oh yeah, the two free games.
Yo, there's so
And
many of them games I've downloaded and not touched.
right.
I need to
Yeah,
go through
And
my system
so
and clean it out.
yeah. I,
and
lo-
so
I
they're
lost count how
literally
many of them games. I lost count how many of them games I download on Plus and never had interest in playing
well,
it.
I'll be
here's a you
honest with
do
you,
know
they were a
you
lot better on PS3.
oh yes, you were into the games on PS3. Like what? That's
Plus
on
games
there?
on PS3, you were like, word? Bet.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that. You're right. Now, Gene and Justin, you know you don't have to download them anymore. You just add them to your
Oh,
library.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. As long as your Plus subscription don't lapse, you can download it anytime and play it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But
I forgot I had Metal Gear Solid 5. Right, download that game last week, played it, deleted that shit like an hour and a half. Like, you know what? I'm
yeah,
good.
I mean you could do that.
Yep.
It'd
Indeed,
be
you can.
it'd be nice if it was like I can't wait to the new system. So like if hopefully downloads and installs. So they talk about the speeds of like the speeds of games are gonna be faster. But I want
Yeah.
to know like if I get a game from day one and I go purchase it and install it, hopefully that is faster too. Like them big installs, you're like,
Well, it
bro,
depends. I feel like if you're, because I know Eugene, you're very big on physical media.
right.
I've converted to digital. Anthony, where do you stand on that?
Oh man, I bet. Listen, I think I was pioneering that digital flag when Eugene was talking about the real game, but you don't own it. It's not yours. What if Sony go out of business? Well, Sony go out of business, you got a bigger problem than crying about your video game. Come on.
I never asked if Sony's going out of business or not.
So
Yes, you have.
I'm of the opinion of if you download your games digitally, like I tend to, I feel like no matter what, that's always going to be an issue. Once the game is downloaded, I can't imagine the install though. Well, what at least with the way Mark Cerny put it, these installs and loading should almost be non-existent. First of all,
Right.
the way he put it, but as far as downloads is concerned, you're still a slave to your internet. You
Right.
know,
Yep.
there's no getting around that.
All right, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh God. Oh God.
A slave
I
to the
just I was
internet.
just
Yeah,
sharing
pretty
your
much.
podcast, sharing this to somebody else. But
Okay. Oh yeah, I shared it in the chat. Hopefully, like I said, the Empire. I can't
Empire,
wait to
man.
introduce the rest of the world to the Empire.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a
Honestly.
beautiful thing. But check this out, guys. Follow me along with my little imagination while we're still talking about gaming.
Yeah, bet.
Can you imagine one day if you bought a game and you didn't have to have a day one patch? Can you imagine if one day you were able to purchase a game on any device and that game was with you anywhere? Can you imagine a day if your library was just on your phone? Like, all right, imagine this, right? You know how Netflix changed the game, right? You could be in your car and somebody's driving and you're watching a show on Netflix. And then you pop up on home, right? At home, you walk in the door, you pause that show, and you turn on your cable box and you end up having, or turn on whatever hooked up to your TV. And now that show that you paused, you're playing it, you're watching it on your TV, and you say, you know what? I actually don't want to watch it in the living room. I want to watch it in the bedroom. Let me just pause it again and walk in the bedroom and pick it up in the bedroom on that said TV or that laptop or whatever. What's cool is the day gaming get to that point
That would
because
be
And,
cool.
on Netflix you
and
don't have, hold up, Netflix there's no installing, Netflix there's no like patches, Netflix it's unlimited space. So even this, right? So we know PlayStation hard drive is going to be about 800 and something gigs, right? So you're
So
already going to have
stupid.
to pay money to upgrade it. So imagine if gaming, you didn't even, it was like Netflix, you was like, I got unlimited storage for free. All of those things is going to be awesome the day they happen to game. Oh, oh,
Like,
oh, I dropped my damn hat because that happened November 19th. Oh, I didn't even realize that happened with gaming already. Oh,
except
okay,
they're
my
not
bad.
doing it well. But okay.
Says who? The people who don't use it or people who use it? I don't know.
Says what most of a good chunk of the news that's out there says. It's good, but it's not great.
Right?
are you talking about Stadia?
Yes, he's talking about
I'm talking about
Stadia
cloud
That
gaming
that
in
that
diabolical.
general.
that
Hold
Google
up.
is slowly distancing themselves away from
Hold up.
Google Stadia.
I'm gonna let you. I've had this conversation with you. I'm gonna let you and Eugene talk about this.
No, yeah. So my thing is, I'm just talking about cloud gaming in general because I feel like Stadia
Welcome
is
to the
going to be the
stream.
best. I feel like Stadia is going to be the best, but I'm talking about cloud gaming in general. The thought of cloud gaming, all of that, were what I said, all of which, as stated, is being done now with cloud gaming, and I feel like it does make sense. Like, all right, perfect example. When I got Call of Duty, I downloaded the Warzone, and Warzone install was like 90 gigs, right? Because they put the whole game on it. And mind you, Warzone is a free battle royale mode, right? So then I end up getting the game from GameFly, and it told me I had to delete the install I had already and then reinstall it because that install was digital and this is from a disc. Now, mind you, you could imagine how long it takes to install. First, wait, I had to download, install, and copy the file. So I was just like, yo, come on. And my boys was waiting for me to play, so I couldn't play. Then another story, I went to play. I wanted to, we started doing Fortnite battles. So I went to, we was going to stream a Fortnite battle, but I didn't update my Fortnite. So I couldn't actually stream it, and they had to play without me because it took forever. So they literally played without me, and I'm the streamer. I'm like, yo. So what I'm just saying is, imagine if you didn't have to worry about those installs, downloads, copies, and things. That would be kind of cool. And I feel like when people say, well, if it doesn't do right, nobody's like, it would be cool. And for me, I'm actually doing these things, and it actually is cool. And the hiccups that I hear, again, I can't say I was there watching these people and that says it doesn't work right. But if I'm just a regular guy and my internet speed is decent, is not amazing, and I could do all of these things, I'm curious. These big YouTubers that have all this money and the top connection, I'm curious if what they're saying is actually true. And the fact that it costs $130 for people to get in on it, not many people is going to spend that money. So they can't. Not many people is going to say, "Oh, it does work for me," or "It doesn't." We're just going to go by this big YouTuber, right? Just saying. So who really knows if it's true or not besides the people who actually used it?
No, I feel what you're saying.
You know,
I feel what you're saying, but it's I feel like there's a good people that actually use it who are putting actual news out there.
I
Like,
feel like there's a lot of discredible news. I feel like the news people put out there, it'll start like this: Stadia cloud gaming sucks, and then be like, it didn't work for me. And then people are like, man, I guess he's right. You did see the title says it sucked, right? That's a negative narrative from the start. Just saying. But I'm just saying. But the cool thing is, people don't like Google anyway. A lot of people, but Microsoft has spent billions of dollars. They already stated. So when Project X Cloud get up and running, then they're going to be able to. I think a lot of people might believe them more. Because not many people is talking bad about Project X Cloud because Microsoft wanted to be integrated with Xbox,
right.
whereas Google just want Google to be able to do it without a system.
Well,
So they're
from what
getting
I've seen, that actually works though.
what?
XCloud.
Yeah, listen, I'm a fan of tech. I got a video with me playing xCloud in Red Lobster while we was eating dinner. We was waiting for our food. I pulled out my phone. Bam! I literally sat there with the with 4G, or no, I think I had 5GE at the time. And I'm sitting there playing with my phone at dinner in Red Lobster, and it was smooth, no hiccups. I actually tried it in the car driving, and part of the drive it was smooth until I guess I got out of area where my cellular service wasn't that good. It is good. My thing is, I don't just talk about one. I've been trying a lot of them,
Right,
and
right,
cloud
right.
gaming is here, man. But anyway, that's just my whole little. It's here, but I think there's people like Eugene that loves physical things, and it's a large community that don't want a world where we don't have something that's tangible because people want to say this is mine and I could store it forever. But again, the other day I was playing. Yesterday, matter of fact, I'm playing my PlayStation, and my son was like, "Man, your PlayStation loud as hell. Sound like it's about to die." I'm like, but guess what? It's physical hardware. That's mine. It can die. If I play Stadia, I'm using their hardware at their data center. The only thing is if they go out of business or say to hell with it.
Or die. That's also an option.
Well, yeah, I guess. But I'm sure they got enough money that if something a part was going bad, they would just fix it and you wouldn't even know.
Right. I'm not a hater. Me and you've had this conversation. I told you. My
Right.
only issue with it is that our world isn't ready for it yet. That's when I will jump on wholeheartedly
Right.
once I feel like once we're like undeniable high speed
Right.
internet that's 99% reliable because nothing's
Right. Right.
100%. But once we live in that world, oh, I'll be 100% on board.
Right.
Give me some form of gaming, streaming, media platform and I know my internet's 99% reliable. Oh, yeah, I'm all
Right.
in.
Yeah.
Zoom
Yeah,
in streaming. What's
me,
up?
me,
Okay, man.
me personally, right? I'm not about to pay a premium for an experimental service right now. I just can't do that
No, I got you.
You can't premium for what?
for an experimental service.
Well, in your words, Eugene, when you buy a game nowadays, it's not the full game. So any
Yeah,
game you
bitch.
bought,
Everything we
you
buy
can't
now is a fucking experiment.
exactly. So I don't know. You might want to recanter that statement if you paying for video games nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays everything's fucking. That's the rub. That is the fucking rub because
That's real.
now that games are no longer games, it's now games as a service. Like perfect example, Street Fighter Five.
Day one patches and whatnot.
Yep.
Well, and it's funny because even in the time of the PS3 when we were still physical, day one patches used to be to avoid theft because it was like, okay, if a box of games fell out the back of a truck and you were selling them shits and you were trying to play the game on some form of unregistered hardware or whatever, and you were like, oh, the game won't play, guess what? Because you stole the shit and you need a day one patch to play it.
Right.
That's what day one patches used to be. Now, day one patches be half the fucking game.
It's like for real. You put that thing on
You
package,
get that shit home, put it in. You got a fucking 50 gig download. You're like, what the fuck?
You just spent $60, right? At a midnight release for a game. Go home, put it in. Now downloading. Fuck you mean downloading? Where the start screen at?
That's real.
Yeah. Day one patches used to be there to avoid like breaking release date and shit because they wouldn't put the patch out to the actual release date. Now apparently a bunch of people have already been playing Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, that's a given.
Wow.
Yeah, the physical leaked.
Wow.
Yeah, the physical broke street date. People been playing it already.
See, I remember, just remember Street Fighter 5 came out. How much of a disastrous release that was?
Yeah.
Yeah, Capcom basically stole us all a blank disc.
I wouldn't go as far as to call it blank, but yeah, it was definitely a work in progress that they sold.
They stole us a fucking start menu.
Well, no, we had a full roster of characters to play with.
I bet you want the one with the most.
We just didn't have everybody.
Hell.
But it's doing better now.
Yeah, you know what's cool? It's when your kid get older and they just show up and knock on your door and say, "Hey, man, I got you a ice cream sundae."
That's what's
Whoa, he ain't give me no damn peanuts. Hold on.
You might have to scream when these kids that got you from.
But,
do any of you
but
guys
no
remember
peanuts?
the Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom scandal where people were buying DLC that was already physically on the disc? Oh my God, yes. Was it? I don't think it was Marvel though. It was Street Fighter Cross Tekken. That's what it was.
It was Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Yeah,
Street Fighter Cross
all the DLC was locked on the disc.
DLC was on the disc. People was hot. Oh my God, we was hot because that was the game me and Eugene specifically were fans of, and one of my Primal, he brought up Street Fighter Cross Tekken because I don't know if you noticed, Anthony, but the issue with that game was all the DLC was on the physical disc.
Oh, what game you talking about?
Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Okay, got you.
Oh, that's a lot of games today.
So, huh?
That's a lot of games today.
No, it's not. They know better. What you'll get is you'll get an update. No, they didn't do that with Marvel. But what you'll get now is an update with all of the information, and then when you load the game, you'll get like either you go in and purchase it, and it's like a 100 kilobyte unlock patch, but you'll still What happens is, like, for instance, perfect example, Tekken 3 just updated with the season pass. You'll get like a big update, so it puts the information on your system. Then you go to the store, hit purchase, and it unlocks it.
Could you see a world without unlocks? I mean, without downloads and update files and all that stuff?
At this day and age, no.
Really? That's called 1996.
That's the world
that's
we came
called 1996,
from.
Bitch.
And it's funny because this is what I explained to Eugene. It actually used to be a lot worse than it is now. Like, Eugene complains, but it used to be a whole lot worse than it is now because back in the day, perfect example, Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior, or Super Nintendo. I think even at that time, games were like $40 or $50. So you paid $50 for the cartridge, right? Then Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition came out. All it was an update. You got like 4 more characters. You paid $50 for that cartridge. Super Street Fighter 2 comes out. No, Turbo comes out. Another
Oh, we
$40
all fell for that trap.
cartridge. Super comes out. Another $40 cartridge. And
So I
you
mean, I'm
and you being
saying,
a kid, you didn't give a shit. You just
And
bought that
and
shit.
Super Turbo came out.
I'm
Huh?
saying,
Well, Super Turbo wasn't on Super Nintendo. But
I'm
Super
saying
Turbo
not
was
like
on Super Nintendo.
Super Turbo was not on Super Nintendo.
I owned it.
No, you didn't. Super Turbo
man,
on Super Nintendo, it stopped at Super. Super Turbo, the first console system Super Turbo came out for was for the 3DO.
damn.
Super Turbo came out on a CD based system, first time ever at a home console. That's where the
No,
first
what
time
I
we
was
ever saw
saying
Super
was,
Turbo.
what I was saying is, can you picture them like, let's say the new systems come out, you get a game, there is no day one patch, there is no update, there is no like 2 months later they gotta
Oh,
you wait for.
absolutely fucking not.
All right,
We
can I say
now
something?
we live in the world of day one patches. We live in the world of high speed internet. So
Now here's the
companies are going to take the option of, okay, we're only going to put so much data. We're only going to put
right,
what's necessary on the disk, and once they plop the disk in,
right,
you'll get the
right,
rest.
right. Can I tell you a little secret?
Sure.
You don't have that on cloud gaming. Just saying.
No, because it's everything comes from the cloud. It's like you're not fixing a problem. You're just giving into it.
Oh, I'm just saying. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying. But even if it was like they had glitches they didn't foresee, and so they have to do a patch, they have to do maintenance,
Well,
or
they
not a
still
maintenance.
do. Okay, I see what you're saying, but they still do the same patch. It just happens on their end.
Right.
You don't
So you never see
necessarily
it.
experience the weight that
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
now. So I get what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. You never see it at all. You just. But you gotta admit though, it was cool when I bought Doom. I literally pressed purchase and play and was playing. That is pretty cool, yo. I was like,
That is sick.
yeah.
Okay, just now do stand corrected. Super Turbo did not come out to Nintendo. It was actually on PlayStation.
He tried to tell you.
Super Turbo didn't
But I
come out
knew
on
I owned it.
Super Turbo didn't come out on PlayStation.
Yeah,
If
it
it
did.
did, no, it didn't. If it did, it didn't come out later. The first console it was on was a 3DO. It was
Yeah,
a
I wasn't.
it's all
Panasonic
about it.
3DO, and I don't
Yeah.
even think the PlayStation was
And the
out
Dream.
yet.
It also came out on Dreamcast also.
Yeah, it's part of a compilation. It wasn't. I'm talking about as a game by itself. The first console it came out
Oh,
for was a 3DO.
now who? Did any of us actually own a 3DO?
Hell no.
No, I never did.
That shit was like that was like up there with Neo Geo money.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we all know who had one of those back in the day.
Well, Whitehead, you know we have the Facebook now.
You talking about White Neck?
Yeah, Afro White Neck.
Yeah, that's
I had a
cool ass
turbo.
dude right there.
You did have a Turbo Graphics.
Yeah.
That was the only
Fox
system, the only
Adventure.
home console to get Street Fighter One, and it was called Fighting Street.
Mm.
Oh God, Bonk's Creative Vision.
You know
Yo, that was
they
my
just
game.
dropped the Turbo Graphics Mini.
That's crazy. Now, what is that? It's like just a small
It's a
TurboGrafx.
mini plug and play console. I think it has like probably 40 some games. I don't know for sure. I haven't like dived into
Oh.
it, but it just came out recently. At least they released it to influencers because I've seen a YouTube video, an
Okay.
unboxing on YouTube.
Yeah, I still got my TurboGrafx 16.
Oh wow! Don't you still have your Nomad?
Now let me ask you.
Still got Nomad, Atari Jaguar. Yeah.
I still have. Well, I still have Dreamcast and Saturn games. I need to get a Dreamcast
Oh.
and a Saturn. They both died on
Yeah, I
me.
still got Dreamcast and Saturn games also, but no system.
Let me ask y'all a question, right?
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
think video games is more fun back in the day or now,
Back in the day.
without the with the blinders off?
You know what? I'm gonna say this. When I got Doom, I kept raving about it, right? And right now it's getting like rave reviews, tens, like no, everybody's loving it, right? And one thing I said was, dude, it give you a back in the day feeling. Like it's something about this new age generation. It give you more content, right? So you get in quantity, But I feel like back in the day we had quality. Like for instance, you say Destiny, right? Destiny, you could play all like somebody was trying to talk bad about Destiny the other day. I said, well, even though I
Such a
don't
game.
play it as much, but no, it was you, Eugene. Matter of fact, it was you. You was like, Destiny's trash. It was boring. I said, listen, Destiny, you got so much content. You could play that
Not my
game
words.
for hours and do different things. But when I play Doom,
That's a
it
good
remind
question,
me of
bro.
this
Hold on.
back in the day Nintendo feeling where you unlocked things like you actually beat a boss
I
and
watched. I think it was the clip you posted, the Angry Joe's video, and I did watch that, and that's pretty hot. I'll give Doom
it,
credit for that because that's
yeah,
hot,
man,
and
it
I
gives
can
you this
feel that.
nostalgic gaming feeling. That's why I think Eugene might like it.
Check it. I'm gonna read a comment in the chat real quick. You guys do react videos. I know this is a little past the topic, but I have a same couple minutes compilation of Tommy Vendetta, my buddy who's following his dream of pro wrestling. Have you heard of Tommy Vendetta?
No.
Never heard of
Um,
him. Who is he exactly?
Send me a link, Primal. Maybe we'll check it out.
So
Put
he want
this.
to know if we do reaction video.
Yeah.
Hold
Hey.
on, what is we gonna react
Not,
to?
not a
A
bad
video of
idea.
his boy Tommy Vendetta. Who's
What is,
follow-
you say he's wrestling?
he's trying to get into wrestling.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think
What,
we should all be able to watch it in the Zoom meeting.
what does he do? Well, no, you can share your screen actually. You can
That's what
share
I'm
your screen
talking
with
about.
us.
Yeah, I can pull it up
Yeah.
in the Zoom meeting. We can watch it here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Tommy Vendetta.
What did you do? Break somebody's neck on camera or something?
That'd
People are like, oh,
be
But
crazy.
back on the subject, right? I had more fun playing video games back in the day than I do now.
No, I
Today, I
agree
feel
with
as though
that.
video games. Today, I feel as though video game is solely based on graphics, but no gameplay to back it up.
It's not even that for me. For me, video games for me back in the day was togetherness. Like we all got together, 6, 7, 8 dudes in a single room with like a bunch of food and drink, and either played
Yep.
Tekken
Little Caesars.
or oh yeah, Little Caesars, and we played Tekken or we played fucking um Burnout, and then didn't leave because we were too scared to get behind the fucking wheel because we just got done playing Burnout.
yo, Gene said it. Eugene said this the other day. We was in chat. He was like, "Yo, if you still had that apartment on Hamilton Avenue, you would still be there rocking." I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
"Yo," but yeah, man, it was something about it where we was just all
Yeah,
like,
we all be in that apartment right now sharing the coronavirus with each other.
right?
Yeah. Or we'd be safe because none of us have that shit.
Yeah.
But no, I miss. I'll say that I miss those days where we all actually got together, sat down, and
Yeah.
played games.
But no, I think
But
Like I said before, right? When this shit is all said and done, because like I said, I gotta say, right? All storms come to an end. So when this storm is done and over with, we better not be coming with excuses no more why we don't see each other.
well, no,
we
see,
will.
it's not even so much that. Like I understand where you're coming from, Gene, but we're all grown adults now.
Not. I think we did better. And Justin, you're the cause of it. How many times Justin invite us to the diner? We show up to the diner every now and then. We chill, we eat, and then we leave. I mean, how much more do you want? What do you want us to come hang out to your house?
Yeah,
Like it's
like it's
different
not
now.
like it was back then. We don't have that kind of time or opportunity. I
Yeah, it's
try.
just not the
That's why
same.
whenever I'm in Trenton, I try to make it happen.
And
Yeah.
not for nothing, I think Justin's point is good. The one thing we have in common is we could sit down and eat together. But games, you don't like the games we like. Like Gene, you're like, I don't like that, and we don't really play Tekken like we used to. Not everybody. I mean, it's just we don't have the same common video game interests anymore. But we could all eat and talk,
And that's not
and
to
Yeah,
so
see,
that's
say
why
we
I chill at the
wouldn't.
diner
Like
for hours.
if the time came where you didn't need some form of monetary income and you had nothing but free time on your hands and you could
Right,
just, hey, what you doing? Nothing? Oh, come through. We all playing Tekken. All right, bet. Back in the day, we could do that. It's a completely different
right.
situation now. We're all grown adults with jobs,
But
kids.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. We were all that much. So it's the interest. We was all so into Tekken. We was there. Now it's like I don't really play. Like, all right, like your interest isn't there to drive you to be like, yo, let's get together and play. I guarantee if we was all super into Tekken, one of us, we will all show up to your house like once a week or once every. Because when I was still in the wrestling games, yo, as an adult, my brother, like all the wrestling heads, we got together every week for like a few years, once a week, faithfully, because we all had that common interest. We're just all not into the same games. The Destiny was the closest thing to like our hangout, us hanging out virtually. I feel like that's what it is. We just don't have that interest.
I think that's part of it. But you know what? Real talk. I bet money though. If I was able to set up a PS4 or the TV at the diner, we'd all play Tekken.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be some shit?
That's what we need to do.
But
I'll pay for that shit. We'll mount a TV in that back corner. When we show up,
but,
just clear everybody out.
but here's the funny thing: we could hang up from this Zoom and go play Tekken together now online, and we won't.
Facts.
Nope.
Crazy,
You know what?
right?
I don't know what it is, yo, but Tekken 7 really doesn't do it for me. Like
I love it. I think it's great. And it's funny because that's what really made me. It's pretty much what killed Destiny for me. Because I wanted to start streaming
Right.
video games, and I'm streaming Destiny, and then I was like, well, you know what? I haven't played Tekken in a minute. Some new content just came out for it, and I paid for it. Let me jump back into Tekken real quick. I jumped back into Tekken, and I was having so much fun. I was having so
My
much
problem,
fun, and I
my
and I
problem is,
legit in that moment had the thought process of I don't play Destiny for fun. Like I don't play Destiny for fun. Like
I
honestly, this what we're doing right here and now is the exact enjoyment I get out of playing Destiny. Chatting with my
right.
just
friends,
talking to your friend.
talking
Yeah.
to my friends. That's the only enjoyment I get out of
Yeah.
Destiny. I do not play
Sure.
Destiny for fun. I'm
Yeah.
grinding.
Yeah.
I want to get this weapon, this piece of armor, progress the story this much. You know what? If I want story, I can watch Bife on YouTube.
No, not for nothing. I realized that it took another game to really open my eyes because I realized Destiny just is a hook, line, and sinker. It's like a busybody game. It's just giving you some. It's a chore. It's something to do. Something to do. Like, are
Yeah,
you enjoying it
really.
that much? I mean, it's cool, but can you really say you're like, yo, when we beat that boss, it was amazing? No, you're talking about what you got because you beat the boss, and then if you didn't get what you want, you're like, man, that gun sucked. I waste my time. Like,
Right? Totally.
Damn.
Primal.
So pretty much you don't feel no real sense of accomplishment.
yeah, not anymore.
Not
No, because
anymore. See, because
it's
It just
it
feels like
changed
busy
so
work.
much from 1 to 2. See, in
yeah,
Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, you play Destiny because the chance of something cool happened always existed. Whether you fight this boss and you get an exotic, or you
right,
get with a group of friends and you beat a raid, you
right,
get flawless raider with a group of your friends, your clan mates or whatever. In Destiny 2, everything is put behind a specific grind, not behind a
right,
boss, behind a grind. You could beat a boss in Destiny 1 and get a Galahorn. If
right,
they were to put Galahorn in Destiny 2, it would be behind some bullshit grind. Or the thing is, the RNG is so like you can get exotics from like high level enemies on the field now, like not even behind bosses anymore. So like you have certain exotics drop randomly from high level enemies or bosses, but most of the exotics are behind some kind of grind, some kind of
right.
quest. So it's like it took away. And the messed up part is there's still everything is still behind what they call RNG, random number generation. So the chances of you getting a decent drop suck.
Honestly, everything Destiny turned into was for the companies that have a high. Well, this is what I realized. Destiny turned into the format to make the company have a high player count. Why?
Right.
Because they keep playing and playing and playing. They want to make sure when new games come out, you don't be like, oh man, let
Uh-oh.
me give that new game a try. That's why if you miss a
Here
week of
comes a
Destiny,
new challenger.
oh
Who's
man,
coming in?
oh man,
What up, Mike?
that's what I'm talking about. His audio
My
is
man,
connected.
You ain't come in look
yeah.
like a fucking green screen.
All right, Mike, check the
You know
audio and
what?
turn it down some, Mike. Yeah, he did. He put a background behind himself and everything. You look
Yeah,
ridiculous.
right.
Hey, look, it's better than Eugene having no picture at all.
So true.
It
So true.
Listen, listen. Do you want to see me? Do y'all want to see me in my underwear? It'll work.
No,
I'll put the
no.
camera on.
All right, Mike. Mike, do us
You
a
got
favor and
clothes.
turn your
Put
audio
clothes
down
on.
some.
I'll fight
Put
put
my
no clothes.
audio is down. So how the hell I
You
turn
can
my
be in my
audio
house.
You
down?
should check the settings, go into the audio settings, and you should see something that says input audio. If the audio box is checked, uncheck that and just turn it down some. Because I can already just tell how loud you are that you're gonna. Because I'm streaming, so I can tell you're gonna be clipping in the stream.
Hold on, let me find this shit.
Hey, man, I can't believe I had to come at you sideways for you to come in this call.
Because I wasn't inside when it popped up. I was looking. I was like, oh, Zoom. So I just closed it back down. And I looked at it again. I'm like, hold up. They in the chat? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, man. Listen, Mike, we've been talking about this forever, man. So listen, this is cheap. Doesn't cost nobody nothing. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
I'm with it.
And
I'm still trying to figure out.
Another one of the
live and direct. Much better. No, just stop. Just turn them off, man.
Wait, Mike, what are you using right now?
That's an option in the thing to give yourself
No,
a
but
funky
are you on
background.
a phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on my phone.
He's on his phone.
Oh, how come I can't do that on my phone?
You should be able to.
You should be able to.
I can do it on mine, so no problem.
Let me see.
We wouldn't know what you can do on your phone because we can't even see your face.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I need to start worrying about.
It looked like I didn't have the option.
I need to start worrying about my beautiful face. Voice.
Eugene's like, my beautiful face is ruined.
They can see your face. They know it's not beautiful.
They know it's you. It's a difference.
Hey, Mike, you ever thought about go fucking yourself?
Yep, did that last night.
Holla. So, all right. So
I ain't fortunate like you guys.
So, all right, Mike. Right now we're talking about video games. So,
all right.
Anthony, I think you were.
Well, my question was, because Justin, now you can answer. My question was, what games are we all playing? I said I'm currently playing Doom, and I fiddle around with Call of Duty, with Modern Warfare.
Okay.
With all the different moves.
I'm still playing Destiny, believe it or not.
Okay.
But the idea is, I'm of the mindset of I've paid for this shit.
Right.
I'm not buying the next DLC. So I'm just gonna play it until it's done.
Makes sense.
And then once I'm not buying, like I said, I'm not buying the next DLC. If I really feel the need to delve into the story, that's what YouTube is for. You know, even after the fact, I might feel, oh, Prince Alduin came back as the Guardian Vanguard or the Hunter Vanguard, whatever. Good for y'all. Whatever.
What are you playing? But what else are you playing?
Well, I need to get back into Kakarot.
Okay.
Because I've been meaning to stream that. So Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I've literally only, I think, completed the Saiyan Saga. So I still got like that whole game to play. Plus, I just found out because I paid for the Ultimate Edition, and the really. And they're dropping Dragon Ball Super DLC for it. Here he is with his damn him in Stadia. Look, I'm just waiting for him to get a check. I mean, all this talk, they need to start paying
all this talk, he probably got some checks coming through right about now. He just ain't telling nobody.
Like, I'm surprised he's not an influencer. I'm surprised he's not getting a check from them at this point.
Look, I'm just preparing for when I'm older and I'm in that little wheelchair, like.
I could never see that being you.
Oh, drop my light.
Kill yourself before that happens.
Pretty much. Whoop, technical difficulties.
Look at him about to set his house on fire. Catching that shit.
Hey, really put that thing around your neck.
Yo, this thing is cool, man. I know it's getting my wife be like,
oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Call you, man.
To hold his massive phone that's bigger than him.
Look, Batman got a utility belt, right? So I like things that's, you know.
That's not a utility belt.
He like things that are
Yeah, but think about it. When I'm streaming, right, and like somebody texting me and all that, you know how quick it is for me to just be like. Now, when you're streaming, you gotta
You look
reach
like a
for your
nerd.
phone. Where's my
You look
phone?
like a
Somebody
nerd.
texting me. I just look down. Just saying.
whatever works
Ain't
for you,
nothing wrong
bro.
with that. You just look like a nerd.
Well,
Yeah.
we all look like nerds. We're all talking. We're having a conversation on the internet. Shut up, Mike.
Yeah, I can't have that. I can't have that silly ass thing around my neck.
You don't have nothing. You're in black, so can't nobody even say nothing about you.
Right?
You all dressed
Black.
in black.
Listen, look at my name, Black. That's all you need to know.
Like,
You don't
what
live
are you hiding,
outside
Eugene?
of
What are you scared of?
outside of that.
It's the J.A.D.E effect.
It is not the J.A.D.E effect. Oh my god. All right, so Mike, you keep up with wrestling?
No, I haven't. I'm trying to, but I haven't. I'm off. I know a little bit that's going on, but I'm still behind.
Well, Mike, what games are you playing?
Nothing.
Right about now, I'm currently playing Monster Hunter Iceborne, and between that, because I was playing Anthem, I was on Anthem for a while, as you know.
Okay.
I took me a break from Anthem. It's like every week or two, I switch to a new game, but right about now, I'm on Monster Hunter.
That's a good attitude. I need to do that. Start
Yeah, man.
switching it up every
Yo,
week.
I'm telling you, not for nothing. When I stopped playing Destiny, I feel like I just like opened up my life, yo. Because Destiny
That's how I felt. Like to me, like
real.
I think my fall off with Destiny was when Cade died. I really
shit.
felt like I lost a lot there.
You was like, no, my boy.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like it was to me that's like if I'm watching the Avengers and then they kill off Captain America and all the other Avengers still alive. I'm like, I don't want to watch it no more. You know, I was watching it for this and now he's gone, so I'm not there. I'm playing the game for Cade now. Cade's not there, so fuck you, Zavala. I wasn't a Titan anyway.
Good point.
I feel that.
I started dibbling around, you know. I was playing I played Call of Duty, you know, Warfare. I was on that for a minute. Went back to Spider-Man, of course, because I like to swing around New York City since everybody can't get outside. Hey, I can still go see New
That
York.
shit is fun. I gotta need to jump back on Spider-Man too.
You know, like, hey, y'all can't go see New York.
Spider-Man.
Fuck y'all, I
Especially
can.
since I
Town
got it
Square,
on
here I
cheap.
come. And then I just went back to Monster Hunter. I just been doing that. I deleted Anthem, doing Monster Hunter, and I think I'm trying to figure out what other game I want to play, but I'm not too sure yet.
Okay. There he is.
Oh, look at it. There he goes. Black Dragon in the house.
Yeah, whatever.
What up, Big Ham?
Had to make me up put some damn clothes on.
Oh, please.
You had to put no clothes on first. You could have stayed in the black. Ain't nobody wanted to see you.
I want to know he needs clothes on. I'm streaming.
I'm not trying to get y'all demonetized.
I am streaming. Speaking of streaming, Eugene and your 1,100 subscribers, Neff.
What about him?
It's like you sitting on oil, ain't drilling for it, bitch.
Well, gas is $1.99 now.
Oh shit.
Well, in the current state of YouTube, right, I can't really get my opinion on shit anymore without being demonetized.
That's true, but
Hold on, what happened?
you said the current state of YouTube, you can't do shit and get paid for it.
Yeah, right. I sneezed. This video is no longer kid friendly. What?
Let me go charge my damn phone. I don't feel like doing it.
Well,
Like
the,
you can't make a kid
so
friendly.
let me think
You
about
can't
it. I
make
guess
a kid friendly video, and if you do make a kid friendly video, you have to make sure it's marked as a kid friendly video. Otherwise, they block that shit, demonetize it anyway.
Yeah, but that's simple though, because now anytime you make a video, it pops up and asks you if this is for kids or not. So they mainstream that. So
Yeah, but YouTube still make a determination based on it. And it don't have to be based on what you say. They still make a determination deeming it kid friendly or not.
as long as you select that it's not for kids, then you're fine. Because I read all up on it. So here's the thing. Recently, I've been growing my YouTube channel, right? So I had to see. I didn't understand what it was. What did that even mean? Like, so does that mean if I make am I supposed to say it's made for kids so that way it
Well,
won't
no,
block
here's
kids?
the problem. Yeah, you are because I could be wrong, but the
No,
last time I
I can tell
checked,
you
if the
exactly.
video's not kid friendly, it can't be monetized.
No, yeah. So
And if you mislabel it, you look at a chance of getting a fine $40,000 per offense.
no, here's the thing. So
Wow, really?
here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. If you when it give you an option, is it for kids or is not for kids? Typically you have to make it. If it's for kids, that means it's a made for kid video. That means the content, the title, like it's supposed to be like a Sesame Street or something that's made for kids. It doesn't mean that can kids watch your video. That's not what it means. It means that it's specifically designed
For kids, not just kid
for
friendly.
a child's audience. That's what that
Now,
means.
check this out, right? Let's say I want to do a video, right? Ranting
Right.
about something random, right? The
Right.
second I do this, it becomes a kid video.
That's not how YouTube.
No,
That's
no,
not how
no. Just
YouTube
because
does it.
putting your cat in the frame does not make it a kid video.
No, that's
They
not.
just
That's
make it a
not.
cat
That's
video.
Yeah, make the cat video.
yeah. I literally looked into this like a few weeks ago. That's not true.
Bitch, come here, yo.
So they see a cute furry animal. Oh, that's kid friendly.
No, that's not true.
No.
That's not how that goes. You could still make that an adult video because that just means that it's not made for kids. Not that it doesn't contain content that kids will find enjoyable. Oh my God! Can I go get my dog now?
You might as well.
Josie, where you at?
Yeah, Mike, what you eating?
Go ahead, look at the camera.
Pizza.
No, we trying to do a
Yeah,
professional
no,
show,
I'm
right? You
just
sitting
playing
there eating
around
food
because
and
my
stuff.
friends got the pets in the screen with them.
May as well, fuck it.
Yeah,
Everybody got pets. Shit, I should go out there and grab a squirrel.
Your cat looks totally fed up, Gene. Your cat's like,
Yeah,
what is
right?
this motherfucker doing, man?
Like she totally looks unbothered by everything.
She's like,
Like, get
It's a-
off of me.
yeah, right?
Leave me alone.
Yeah, my bad, Pepper. It's not 3 o'clock in the morning when you want to be up all night.
Quiet, quiet, quiet. Leave me alone.
God damn, man, take that thing off your neck, man, please.
Yo, man. It's my
Like,
thing.
it makes
man.
you look.
Seriously though, what are you
it
actually
ma-
doing right now?
Nothing.
Who, me?
I'm asking him with the damn thing around his neck. He's not doing nothing right now, so like it's not even
No.
necessary.
It,
No,
it
but
makes you
listen,
look.
He's
You look like the
advertising.
person.
He's
Listen,
always advertising.
You know what? That thing
What's
around
Gene
his neck,
smoke?
right,
Gene
makes
don't
him look like the
smoke
person
nothing.
that watches Pornhub while fucking.
His job.
You got
That's his
baby
job.
lungs, true. What you talking about?
No, listen. If somebody was to call or text me, I could do it while I'm, still kind of paying attention to you guys.
Now I hope you guys got the Twitch stream up too. So
Oh, I
'cause
don't.
True's in there right now,
That's on
Yo,
my TV playing.
Jump on.
bumping up my viewers. 'Cause I'm
Hold
trying
up.
to.
Check this
I
out,
go to
right?
Philly, but
You
I'm
said,
trying to get people to watch.
hey, Jay, you said,
What
I
up?
hope y'all got the Twitch stream on, right? Why I start looking for my phone? I was like, where the hell is my phone at? Yo. Here, I'm about to jump on.
Y'all is hilarious.
I'm about to go load up on the laptop so I can charge my phone.
You gotta do what?
All right.
I need to charge my phone.
Yeah. Just,
So I'm gonna go jump on the laptop.
Just download the
Well, here's
Zoom
what's
client.
cool, right? As I'm talking to you guys, looking at you guys, I'm watching you guys right here. Just saying.
All right. So
I
what
gotta
else
pick
you
it
got?
up in the
Turn to it.
headset.
Oh wait, I know what's missing.
What's missing?
The neck puller.
Wow.
The next thing. Yo,
Skills
it's all
coach
about
is
comfort and
fine.
utility, man. Not for
You
nothing.
got Grandpa Pepper.
This thing is at Five Below. I bought this thing from Five Below, and I was looking online, and they had a bunch of stuff for like $20-something. And then my wife was like, "They got that thing at Five Below." I was like, "Really?" And it's pretty cool. You could turn it into a tripod. You could turn it into a selfie stick. Like, cool. Like when I do our Facebook Live, I use my phone. This thing, I turn it into a tripod and I sit it on the bed. It just sits there.
That's what's up.
Anyways, so look, this is the introduction, Mike. So do you like this format? You don't mind getting together every so often? Let's chat it up. Come up with topics, and sounds good to you.
Sounds great to me.
Cool.
I can dig it.
Cool. And are you cool with the name, the Mighty J.A.D.E Empire Podcast?
Just gotta get the rest of the losers up on here.
I know.
Yep. I put it in the chat. You're the only one that showed up.
Yep.
I told you gotta tag names. That way you know if you got ignored or not.
I don't know. Oh yeah, you're right, because I get ignored a lot. So.
If it's in the chat for everybody, no one gets ignored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just gotta go read it.
Yeah.
But I feel as though it's more blatant when you tag a name and they don't respond still.
Make it direct.
No, it's more blatant when you forget a motherfucker. Then they come at you like, how come my name wasn't in there? No. Just one post in the chat. Look, Ant comes at me if I don't know something that was in the chat. Is that his fault? No. It's my fault if I don't read the damn chat.
Right.
If I want to know something, I'll read the damn chat.
Yeah.
Now, in my defense, I turn that shit off because goddamn my phone be going crazy sometimes when y'all get into it. Y'all get into it, I'm like,
that's all you hear.
Like, I need to turn this shit off. So,
especially when they go back to back with videos for videos. Like, yo, how many videos are gonna post in here?
Like, don't get me wrong, all that shit's well, good, and funny. I appreciate it, but a lot of it ain't for me, so I turn the chat off. Now, if I have something to say, or if the conversation becomes something that I'm vested in, I turn the chat back on, or at least check in on it. Like, don't get me wrong, I might not be looking at the chat every single day, but I check it at least once every single day.
Right.
So I see where Ant's been talking about how he's been hitting people up in the chat, barely getting any real response. And me and him had a straight up conversation. Was like, fuck it, let's do the damn thing. We got the technology. I got the setup. It don't cost nobody nothing outside of what you already have.
Zero.
So let's do the damn thing. And if anything, I'm gonna post it on my Twitch. I'm gonna help Anthony figure out how to post it on his YouTube. Eugene, I know you can figure out how to post it on your YouTube with your 1,100 subscribers. Because the whole point is to bring outside eyes in, bring people together. We talk, we conversate, we spread our opinions, we spread love, and we do what we do best. We talk because we're intelligent young black men. And the voices of intelligent young black men need to be heard.
Well, my thing was that I feel like it's just so many of us, and our collective differences would be really entertaining.
Well, that makes for an interesting conversation, no matter what we talk about.
Right.
I think one day,
I feel like
off stream, I don't necessarily need a structure or a format. I like this just open format, but I would like to have some bullet points.
I agree.
Next time.
Yeah, like I said, this is more of an introductory.
Have some topics ready to go.
Yeah, just have some. Yeah, nothing written out, not scripted, obviously, but have some bullet points, stuff ready to talk about. But I think for an introduction, we've been on here for almost 2 hours.
Like segments.
Yeah, the one thing we haven't talked about exclusively is politics and Corona. I'm not sure if you want to save that for another podcast.
I want to stay away from that.
Oh well, no, you have some opinions, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's good. That's something good to bring up because everybody got their different opinions about it.
That's true.
So I don't have a problem with
keep my opinions to myself.
No, that's the thing about getting that is not to keep your opinions to yourself. It's to let it be known.
Yeah.
Because you might have somebody that
because
share the
here's the
same
thing.
ideas with you.
If you can share your opinion civilly, by all means, please do it. Don't be one of these people out here getting pissy because someone doesn't agree with you. Someone doesn't agree with you, fine. I live in Trump country. Almost everyone at my job is a Trump supporter. I love them all to death. I might not agree with the politics, but I work with a great group of people. I'm not going to get pissy at them just because they don't agree with what I think. Now,
Yeah.
do I
That's
think
part of
Trump
being-
is an idiot? Hell yeah. Do I think this whole situation has been handled horribly? Hell yeah.
On the gate.
But I still love my people.
Yeah. Well, I think part of being an adult and mature is being able to hear a side that you disagree with and constructively have a conversation.
Yes.
Period. You know?
And I think that's something we bring to the table quite good, quite successfully.
Yeah.
So let's see, we're at an hour and 45 minutes. So I think at 2 hours we'll cut this one. This has been our introduction podcast to the world. We're introducing the mighty J.A.D.E Empire to the world. We gotta get Franco in here.
Yeah, definitely.
Gotta get Franco in here. And obviously anyone else is welcome. Because speaking of which, obviously you see the screen on Twitch. I want to add some more I need links for some of you guys so I can link
I'm right
people
back,
to
folks.
your social
I
media
gotta switch headsets.
or whatever. What? Oh, okay.
I gotta switch out my headset. My Turtle Beach is dying. So now I gotta switch to the Galaxy Bud, and I hope they don't sound like trash.
You sounded fine. You were just using the phone before.
No, I gotta switch over to my Galaxy Buds now because my Turtle Beach headsets are up on 10%.
Or you could just not use anything.
Or you could just not use earbuds and use the phone.
Right. That does work.
Yeah.
That's what you got a mic for.
Works quite well.
I'm using the mic from my PC, my laptop, and it's working fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not using my computer for this.
The only reason I'm using this mic is so they can hear me on Twitch. I just need to figure out a different place to put it.
So you guys want to touch Rona real quick or what?
I do. I want to touch Rona because me and Eugene sit in a very specific group of people. Because we belong to the group of what you would call immunocompromised because we're both diabetic. So, and I'm in the agreement of as far as like just people go, keep your ass in the house.
Right.
Like
I can't say too much. I can't say too less. Because me personally, like I said before, I know how my immune system is. So I know the chances of me if I go out to certain places that I know is carrying it. But for everybody else to be so reckless is another thing. They don't care. You got people having parties about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And
let's talk about that stupid shit.
And the thing is, like, these young people, especially these young people, because we're all guilty of it. When we were young, we thought we were invincible.
True.
My fat ass thought I was a Catman breaking the club down. You know.
We all was.
You know, we all thought we was invincible. And what happens is you grow up and you learn and you realize that you're not.
Yeah.
And a third of the people in the hospital are between the ages of 20 and 45. So just because you're young, don't mean you can't get it. And even if it doesn't kill you, it'll fuck you up.
It's still going to rend you up. It's going to leave an impact.
Yes. You will be less than once Corona is done with you.
I got a cousin that's in Florida who had it. He's been cleared up, but they still got him in quarantine.
Right.
They just let him out Sunday. He's still been in quarantine since then. He got him a little trailer that they supply all his needs and keep a close eye on him.
Wow.
Wednesday, my aunt in New York passed from it. She died from it. And her husband been hospitalized since Thursday from it. He has it, and his chance is not looking so good. So
Sorry to hear that, man.
People think that it can't hit you. It probably can't, but it's not going to hit you. It's going to hit somebody close to home.
Right. Because that was my thing. I was more like, oh man, I'm never sick, whatever. But the reality is, yeah, maybe I got a strong immune system, but I might pass it on to somebody, and they might pass it on to somebody, and somebody's grandma might die.
Right, because
Mm-hmm.
it's asymptomatic. You can have it for at least 2 weeks and not show a single symptom of it at
And not
all.
show
Right.
symptoms of it.
Right.
You know what they call? I call it like a chain letter. I call it a chain letter.
Yep.
You get that chain letter and you apply like, this doesn't mean nothing to me. It's not going to affect me, but somebody in that chain letter is going to hit. Is going to impact. So
Right.
it's going to mean something to somebody out of them 79 people that got the same message as you. You probably think like, well, it doesn't apply to me, but it's going to apply to somebody.
Right. Now, when I was at my job, before they gave us off, because I've been out of work for 3 weeks now. They shut my school district down 3 weeks ago, Monday. And even before then, when the surrounding areas, because this thing was just encroaching on my area. Like you could literally, it was like a plague spreading across the land, and you could feel it getting closer. And I was like, this township has it. Now it's reached this point on the Parkway, and now this township has it, and it's in Barnegat. And I'm in my job. I'm like, so what are we gonna do when this thing gets close to us? And no one had a real answer. And then it was that Friday of that weekend, and I'm talking to some of my coworkers, and my coworkers, they were kind of laughing it off. I'm like, dude, I promise you, we are not going to be here on Monday. He's like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, it's in Red Bank. Now, I live in Tom's River, okay? I'm exit 82 off the Parkway. Red Bank is exit 109. It's like, 109 off the Parkway. So that's not even like 20 miles
So
away.
you're pretty close.
Exactly. So when I hear it's in Red Bank, I'm like, no dog. And then come to find out it's in Brick, that there's been a confirmed case in Brick. Brick is around the corner. Like literally the next town over. I was telling my coworkers, look, if they don't shut us down on Monday, you'll be lucky if I show up to work. Fuck that shit.
For real,
They're like, oh no, I'm sure we'll be here. I was like, watch. I promise you, they will have it shut down by Monday. The next day, Saturday, I had a DJ gig. I'm sitting in my car before I go in and set up. My phone rings. What's it say? Manchester Township. Answer my phone. It's an automated thing. Yes, Manchester schools and blah 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 will be closed down for blah 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 and blah 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 for Corona, and that shit ended till further notice.
Open.
I was like, oh.
Now, let's talk about some of the. I don't know if we talked about it yet, right? Let's talk about some of the dumb ass surrounding this virus. People throwing house parties and name it the Corona Block Party.
People are stupid. They want to be defiant.
They want to be. It's crazy because it happened down the street, about like good 3 blocks from me. Past the IHOP.
And that apartment complex, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
so
they sit there and they had
okay.
Yeah, the party in you.
People.
Like how reckless can y'all be?
For real.
Y'all sitting there in that little apartment having a party with about damn near 50 people. You can't even fit like 25 in there. So you got that damn sure you overpack.
Oh yeah.
You beyond overpack.
I heard that a DJ and everything. I was
smoking
some type of way.
And alcohol.
Yeah, had a DJ and everything.
Hey Jay,
but they was reluctant because they got off with a slap on the wrist.
What up, Dub?
I can't
No, Mike. They didn't get off with a slap on the wrist. Trust me, they about to get some bad news soon.
No, they not.
They're gonna get some bad news soon.
They're not gonna put them in jail. They're not gonna spread the virus by putting them in jail.
But compared to the 2 parties that they had in Lakewood, the people in Union had a slap on the wrist. Because the 2 parties that they had in Lakewood was a whole lot worse.
Yeah, but they're not doing nothing to them either. All they do is disperse them. Nah, they've broken up a wedding a day, some days 2, for like the last month in Lakewood. Lakewood is retarded. They just don't give a fuck. They feel like their God is going to sort them out. Look,
nothing. Lakewood has a high number.
I don't like to put it out there like that and say anything like that, but a majority of Lakewood is Jewish people.
I've lived and I've worked out there. It is first of all, it's a Jewish enclave. That's the definition of it. Like, and that's like not it's a Jewish enclave, meaning that it's its own thing within New Jersey. There's enough of them, and it's big enough that they have their own tax bracket. They're basically like Six Flags.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Lakewood, they have almost their own governmental system. They have their own police. The police that are breaking up the parties are the actual Lakewood Township police that are governed by the state. Um, but they go in and they break up these parties because, yeah. Now, here's the problem with that: breaking up the parties doesn't matter, and this is why. Hasidic Jews don't vaccinate.
Yep.
So even when they do come out with a vaccine for this thing, they're not going to take it.
They're not.
No.
So it don't mean nothing to them.
It don't mean nothing to them. They're not going to take it. So the sad truth is they're setting themselves up for failure. Now, I don't want to see anyone die. I don't want to see anyone get hurt from this. But I'm also of the opinion of if you're going to do what you want to do and not pay attention to the signs, I say, hey, fuck it, party till your face melts off.
Yeah, pretty fucking much.
Like, as long as you, because I'm not leaving the house. So as long as y'all keep yourselves in Lakewood and don't bother me, party till your face melts off. Give a fuck.
Yeah.
So, since we're on the subject of this, right? Let's talk about Kenneth Copeland and his evil ass.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Praise Jesus in the name of Jesus.
Did you hear the audio where he
and baby Jesus?
Well, he said he was killing people over the TV.
Yes.
Yes. Let me find the video for y'all. Let me find the video so y'all can hear that shit real quick.
Hold up, since we're on this subject, could I give my little opinion? Let me just throw it out there so I can put it on wax.
Yeah, sure.
Guys, remember, I said this. All right, the whole thing, the Rona, this whole thing is going to be done by the end of April.
No,
remember, I have spoken.
Hey, shut up.
What? That's not it.
For real.
I feel like by then, either everybody's going to have it or people is getting it, and then it's going to be no more spread.
No.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
Absolutely not.
No.
As much as I'd like to see that happen, that will not be the case.
All right, because remember I said it.
Wishful thinking. Though.
The truth is, we still have states in Middle America that haven't even done a stay-at-home order. We have states in Middle America who haven't done any form of extensive testing. So these states in Middle America are going to start seeing peak. They haven't even hit peak infection levels yet. So what's going to happen?
They haven't gotten to where we got yet.
So what's going to happen is these states, right now we're dealing with New York and New Jersey. New Jersey being the second most cases in the country. New York being the first. This thing is gradually going to move in from the outskirts of the country and work its way in. That's just what's going to happen because people are not staying home. They're not staying in their houses. They're spreading the virus. And what's going to happen is once this thing hits Middle America, also a lot of these Middle American states are Republican states. And a lot of these Republican governors refuse to put in place a stay-at-home order. So God knows how many people in Middle America are passing this thing around and we don't even know who has it.
Okay, but hear me out, right? So long story short, if everybody on the United States had it at the exact same time, right? You know what would happen? Everybody would have it. Some people would die. Some people would get better. And some people would just be asymptomatic or just be carriers. And eventually, give or take, it'll be out of our systems. We'll be done. Unfortunately, people would die. But then it would be done and over with. So regardless.
But that's not the case. You have places in Middle America. This is what's going to happen. These states in Middle America who haven't even peaked yet are going to get to the same point as New York. Now, it took from January to April to get where New York is. So you figure the math. From April, so that's January, February, March, April. That's 4 months. So you figure by the end of April, when this thing does hit Middle America, that's April, May, June, July. It'll start to peak in Middle America.
So listen, they're using the word peak because you're saying the people who will eventually be tested and then you'll see numbers. You only know the numbers because people were tested. We got 4 people on here. I'm sure none of y'all, and me included, has even tested.
No, we haven't been tested.
The worst than we know, right?
Dude, you're making my point.
But then again, we had enough sense to our ass in the house
You're
also
you're
to
making my
avoid
point,
this
but you're
shit.
making my point because you have people in Middle America who probably have this because there's been confirmed cases in every state
Right.
who
That's what I'm
have
saying.
not been tested. So
Right.
what's going to happen is their hospitals are going to start to fill up. We're going to start seeing a repeat of New York in these Middle
In
American
Middle America.
states.
That's what he's saying.
So hold up,
Everything that's
hold
going
So
up.
on here
so
is
even if it
is pushing
slows
its way
down, even
towards
if it
the
slows down
Midwest.
on the East Coast and West Coast, because like you said, everyone's either had it or gotten through it. Once it reaches Middle
Right.
America, is going to become the new New York. That's what's going to
Right.
happen.
So let me
So
ask
it's
you a
not going to
question.
be gone. It's
Let me ask you
going.
a question. You think Middle America don't have it because the numbers aren't there? They don't have it.
No, they
No, I'm
have it.
saying they
It's
do
that
have
it's
it,
not
but we
as
don't know
bad.
what those numbers are.
Okay, so
And it's
here's the
going, but once we do, it's going to continue to grow because everyone should have been getting tested at the same time, and that was part of the problem. Everyone wasn't getting tested at the same time. It's still hard as hell to get a test.
right.
So people in Middle America are just going to continue to get it.
So what you think they don't have a TV? They don't know what's going on?
Of course,
Like
they
they're
know
like
They
what's
know what's
going
going
on, but
on.
they're not doing anything about it.
They
Exactly.
just don't
They're not
care.
doing anything
It's
about it. They're not, like I said, the governors aren't putting in place
this
stay-at-home
this
orders.
this this this,
They're
this
not.
is this is how it is.
They're not
And
advising their people to be safe and be healthy.
this this is how it is. I'm at my house. I have no Wi-Fi, but that's not bothering you because you have Wi-Fi. But once it gets to you and then you don't have no Wi-Fi, that's when you're going to worry about it. That's exactly what they're doing. It's not hitting them hard, so they're not worrying about it. What they should be doing is taking precautions now, so that way when it gets there, they be ready for it. But they're
And they're
not doing it.
not. They are legit not. These are
We didn't
these
have a
are
chance
red
to
states.
set up
They are
because it hit
Republican
us so
states,
fast.
and they are literally at the beck and call of Donald Trump. No matter what he says or does, they literally follow it almost to the letter. So these governors are not protecting their states from the virus.
But here's the thing: you guys are using numbers, right, and saying metrics, meaning like they they uh they don't we don't know the numbers they have, as if that means they don't have physically versus
No, I'm not
metaphorical
saying they don't. I didn't
numbers.
say that. I didn't say they don't have it. They
Yeah,
very well probably do have it. The problem is we don't know the numbers because the tests aren't out there. So the problem
right.
is
So
when it does start to get, because it's not as bad in Middle America as it is on the East and West Coast.
but if
This
you
thing is
don't know the numbers,
gradually
if you don't know
moving
the numbers,
in.
if nobody's been tested. How do you even know?
What do you mean?
They
How do I
said
know?
they
That's
got
how a
cases.
virus works. It's highly contagious. People are catching it. People aren't just gonna stop catching it.
No. What I'm saying to you is, you said they don't have it as bad as we do, but if you clearly said they wasn't tested, then how do we even know? How can we make that assumption? They could then
And in the beginning, when this stuff first started going around, there was
right.
a lady who had it that tested, who went back to Chicago, and few people in Chicago had it. It was a man that had it from Philly, who came in from off of a trip from Europe. He went down south. This was before Florida has it. The man that went down south, he had it. He wound up dying down south from it. Now that's when they started thinking like, yo, we got to check these cruise ships and everything else. People that had it didn't just come and just stay on the East Coast. People had it because coming back to the East Coast was their first stop before they went back home from them other businesses that they had from overseas. So they said they have cases out there. It's been reported in the news earlier in the month that there have been cases out there, and some places not as bad as others. But because of the people that have traveled from out of state, out of country, out of city, and coming back home, that's when they started popping up. But their biggest concern was on the East Coast and West Coast because we're the first ones that get hit from people that travel from overseas. Now, from there on out, we can't really say that what the numbers are because, as Justin said, they haven't been getting tested. We have been getting tested because our numbers keep spiking up. Every time you turn around, there's another person saying they're sick now. Somebody want to call. I hate when people call.
Yep.
But that's the case.
Yeah.
So there are even the president said at one point in time. No, not the president. The doctor said at one point in time when he was on briefing at the White House that they have a case. They said there seems to be a case so far in every state of America. so far, but we're going to check on it to see how accurate it is. So just from off of assumption, we're just saying off of assumption, the doctor's assumption, there's at least somebody in all 50 states that has it. Now, whether the numbers grew, we don't know because the people is not getting tested. And they've been saying in different states that we don't have the test to test for it. We don't have the test to test for it. We need the test equipment to test for it. We need whatever the ventilators. We need swabs. We need all this stuff because if we do get it, we're not prepared for it. So I'm not siding with Justin. I'm agreeing with Justin. I'm not siding with you, Ant, but I'm agreeing with you because it still goes in the back the facts that you're making a valid point. He's making a valid point, but his point is based off of what he heard from doctors and everybody else from facts. Yours is based off of your assumption,
This is
and I'm
what's
assuming
going
too.
to
So
happen. This is what's going to happen. This is according to the numbers because the numbers don't lie.
Well,
the
the only reason why
less,
the numbers,
the
only reason why the
less
numbers is hard because not everyone's been tested.
that's
So the numbers,
the
yeah,
okay. You say that like that's the good part. It's not. That's the bad part.
I didn't say it was. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying we're people are making all these claims, right? The four of us. Did any of you get tested? Any of you?
no,
No, I haven't been tested
no,
because I've been smart enough
All
to keep
right.
my ass in the
So,
house.
however, any of us could have it. You're coughing right now. I'm glad you're staying away from me.
I have,
Now,
I have, no, I've had allergy, whatever, nigga. I've had allergy issues before Corona
bro,
was even a
yo,
thing.
he got the Rona. He got Rona.
I've had
See,
allergy issues before the
here's the thing.
Corona's
Here's the
even been a
thing now,
thing.
Justin. Here's
Point
the thing
is,
when you
let me
say
hold
that,
on. Let
right,
me let me
Justin?
let me get this out. Let me get this out. The because people aren't getting tested, we don't know the actual numbers. So you can't assume everyone has it, but you can't assume that nobody has it. But what's
Right.
going to happen is we know it's not as bad in Middle America because we haven't gotten the same reports out of Middle America that we're getting out of places like Washington State, New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, New Jersey,
California.
California. So it's still germinating
And
on the
and
east and west
and what
coast. This thing is
and what do
going to
all these things
continue
have
to
in
move
common?
in. What's going to happen is when it finally does hit Middle America, they're going to sound just like New York. We need ventilators. We need PPE. We need tests. Our hospitals
Now,
are
just
overrun. By the time that happens, it's going to follow the same timeline that New York and New Jersey has followed. You
So let me
figure,
ask you this. Let me ask you this. New, how come you said we're talking about East Coast? How come Delaware has one of the fewest cases and it's connect right next to Philadelphia?
Oh, Delaware cases are picking up. My cousin just called and told me they're picking up. They haven't been reporting it, but their cases are picking up. It's only a matter of time before it actually start blowing over. Because you got to understand, with certain things in your own country, in your own state, there's a lot of things that don't get out there nationally until it hits a certain number. We can have 75 murders that come out of New Jersey, but that's not enough numbers to grab the attention of certain prospectors like FBI or a federal agent that
Right,
comes
right.
like, yo, we got a serial killer, we got a bunch of murders. Like, well, it's not that bad. Look, you get 75 people killed in New Jersey, like, all right, well, you know what? Chicago, you get
it is
500 or
it
something.
is
That's
what it
nothing.
is.
You know? So it got to hit a certain number for them to actually reach out and say something. It could be extreme to us, like, damn, yo, 75 people
well,
got
yeah, and
murdered.
it's
Is it
not even,
serial murder?
and it's not even
But
so much. It's also based on just the reporting in general. Like, are they
yeah,
actually making the reporting?
What do
So
you guys
if no one's actually reporting it, then we don't know what's happening. That's
we
part of the
don't know.
problem because
and what do
people
you,
either aren't reporting, they aren't talking about it. I don't know what the government structure is in Delaware. Maybe the governor's not talking about it. I don't even know if Delaware has issued a stay-at-home order or not.
They just got their stay-at-home order.
Did
We had
they?
ours for the
Because I know
last 2 weeks.
Florida
They
just
just
got theirs
got
too.
theirs.
Like Florida's governor just instated a stay-at-home order like 2 or 3 days ago.
well, let me ask you this. What do you think about the stories of it being airborne?
I don't put any.
It's highly believable at this point.
I don't. No, I don't put any. Look, until I hear that from an actual physician, like let Dr. Fauci say that shit. Dr. Fauci's been the one who's been running the he's in the actual task force. He's running. I don't take anything unless it comes from an official source because You
But
stand
when you think of
if you're sitting there taking in the conspiracy theories and not really going into the facts, you set yourself up for failure.
true, but when you think of how fast it spread it all over, it almost kind of think like, hmm, that's interesting.
People's not taking
I
care of
mean, and they've
themselves.
already if you could I need to find it because someone put out a report talking
People are
about how
not taking
long
care
it
of themselves.
lives
Point blank. Period.
on certain surfaces and whatnot. Apparently, from what I read, it does survive in the air for up to 3 hours. If it lands on nothing, it survives in the air for up to 3 hours.
Oh
I've
wow, that's
read
cool.
that. It survives on like cardboard for like 24 hours. It survives on stainless steel for like 8 or 9 hours. Something like I need to find it.
Yeah,
Um,
because if it's in the air, if it can be in the air, then that makes a lot of sense. Because if you have to physically touch somebody and then touch your face and you get it in, I hear that, but I feel like for it to go from to everywhere, I feel like man, for
well,
that,
yeah, I mean, but like I
what is
said,
everybody?
people migrate. That's why they want people to stay 6 feet away from each
Yeah.
other. That's why they don't want people to gather in large groups. That's
Yeah,
why
but I feel
they
They
like
don't
want
want
people to
people
stay home.
traveling.
I feel like people already aren't that touchy feely. Nobody's walking around kumbaya holding hands. So I feel like if
That's a
it
lie.
Well, that's the
if
problem. That's actually the exact opposite. People are extremely touchy feely.
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like for it
Like,
to spread the way it did,
I
I feel
mean, and
like it
that all
almost
depends on your definition of touchy feely. Because if what do we do every time we see each other?
no.
That
I'm saying
We
what I'm
dap it
saying
out.
is you
that
get let's say you get a person who had it get on a plane, right? So you figure that plane must hold so many people, and when that plane lands to each place, so many people get off and it spreads and spreads and spread. But on
Yeah.
that initial plane, is that one person walking hugging everybody? Is that one person coughing
Well,
on everybody?
no, it
No.
doesn't take a hug. You could just be touching surfaces like that dude in the
Right.
Utah Jazz. He went in thinking he was funny, touching the tables and the microphones and everything, being an asshole. Come to find he had the
hmm
shit. They tested all the teams. They basically shut down the NBA.
Yeah.
Like that was pre-game. Like, dude, they was about to tip off, and they was like, hold up, and they started testing everybody. They was like, nope. So it's not you don't
Why they
have
got the
to
ice cream man
touch each
outside?
other, but if you have it or if I have it, I touch my desk, and then you come over and you touch my desk, and apparently it lives on clothes for a long ass time. So
It did.
hmm
so you could have easily
Don't
brushed
wash your
on
damn
someone's
clothes.
armrest in that plane, and you could have been brushing up on chairs that you sat in, and you get up and someone else sat in that chair, and then someone else walked off and hugged their kids, or like shit like that. Like that's how this thing is spreading. It's not just people are hugging each other. Like it
Well,
survives for a minute on surfaces. So like it's very
um,
easily spread and it's aggressive. The other day I saw a news story. 48-year-old doctor's been working on corona patients, caught that shit, called his sister. Mind you, it takes about 2 weeks to gestate in the system, to incubate, right? So 2 weeks in your system, he starts coming down with symptoms, puts himself on a ventilator, calls his sister up, says, don't call mom and dad. I'm sure I'll be fine. This man died 6 days later. So you figure the Rona killed this man in less than 3 weeks.
Right.
Like, the shit is aggressive. So the way I see it, as far as no, the president was saying April. Now he's extended his guidelines to April 30th.
I'm saying my me. This is
This thing
me.
it just has a
My
lot of
bad.
spreading to do. It has a whole lot,
If
and even the
everybody
CDC.
do their part, I say by like August, things will start to get better by August if everybody just do their part.
No, I agree
But
with
it's not
that
going to be like that because people is not going to listen. You got people that's not going to listen.
because the truth is,
well,
the sad truth is, once these red states start getting it, once these red states start hitting that New York point because they are, that's when Trump is really going to start. Oh, we need to do the Federal Production Act. That's when he's really going to start doing something because it's affecting
His
it'll be affecting his base.
mm-hmm,
Listen, man. Y'all
quote
know this.
unquote his
I'm
people.
telling you, it's like The Walking Dead. Remember the episode in The Walking Dead when they found out that everybody had it, and if you die by a natural cause, you become a zombie?
Okay,
Yo, we all
it's
got it,
not like that at all. We all don't have it.
but most of us do.
There's people.
Well, I never
yeah.
seen
I
The
would
Walking
almost
Dead, so
say
I'm
with
good.
certainty that the four of us don't have it.
I don't know.
Well, would y'all believe now? I was reading an article last week, right? from UNMC, University of Nebraska Medical Department. They're suggesting that this shit could very well be environmental.
What do you mean?
That's theory. They don't have facts
Yeah, but there's no facts
you
behind that.
basically
That's literally a theory, and you can't
you
even
basically
don't
go
even say
outside, take a breath of fresh air, and have it.
Don't even speak that in. Look, a theory. A theory is
That's
not
a
fact.
theory.
A theory is
They
not
have
proven. A theory is
no
not.
hard fact evidence to back that up. That's just
Environmental, but it's
assumption.
everywhere. So what do you mean?
I mean, and unless it's an M Night Shyamalan movie, um,
The Happening.
what was it? The Mist? Or no, The Happening.
The
Right?
Mist.
Yeah, with
The
the
Mist.
No, it's called The Happening.
Yeah, they happening in the mist.
Yeah, in the
It
Mist.
was more so.
The Mist was
More
kind of
so
like that
the
too.
mist.
No, more so The Happening, not The Mist. The Mist was like in an isolated area.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's right. The Happening was all over the world. I'll tell you what, if anyone's benefiting from this, is Mother Earth.
Right?
Pretty much.
These motherfuckers is taking a break. I can breathe.
I can breathe.
My air is clean. My water is clean.
Fish is coming back. Dolphins coming around.
That was
The only thing I ain't been really seeing is them birds much, but they still come out making noise early in the morning.
Yep.
But
No, that's
you know
true.
what?
That was the Happening.
Yeah, that was The Happening.
What I'm about to say may be a little messed up, but the one thing I could thank coronavirus for is I no longer get them scam likely calls.
You no longer get what?
Scam likely calls. I'm not getting calls from card member services. I ain't getting those warranty calls anymore. I ain't getting those student forgiveness calls anymore.
Hey, that's a plus.
Shit, I'm still them. They still calling my ass.
I got a call from a place that said they was my mortgage company today, but I wasn't 100% sure if that was.
Probably not.
Probably wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they might have been because mortgage companies are starting to do like deferred payments and shit.
Yeah, but they're doing the forbearance, which is kind of not cool. So they'll give you 3 months not to pay, but then you got to pay it up front. Now, very few are doing where you could pay it. They put it to the back of your loan. That helps. It doesn't help me if I got to pay it all up front.
Oh, no, not at all. You might, because that's what? That's like saving the money and not spending it anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if they just put it on the back of your loan, add on to the back of the loan, then you know what that means. Just gradually, as I'm still paying, I just got 3 extra payments to pay where I would have paid off out there.
Yeah, my brother company did that for him. So his mortgage company did it for him. I called mine. They was like, nope, we do the forbearance. We want that thing in 3 months. I'm like, never mind.
Here's my question, right? Y'all know the governor put out an executive order, right, to prevent landlords from evicting people due to lack of funds. Now, once this is all said and done, right, are we still obligated to pay that money that we didn't have to pay?
Well, that's actually what Anthony just described as the forbearance. Yeah. Now, I would hope your landlord. Well, see, here's the thing: the landlords are just as much under the gun as you are because they got to pay their mortgages on the house.
Right.
So, if the mortgage company is willing to be good to the landlord, then hopefully the landlord is willing to be good to you. The fact is, that's. I'll be honest. That's one of my main problems with capitalism. Don't get me wrong. I love capitalism. I believe it in 100%. But capitalism leads to some very greedy practices. We are literally suffering a global pandemic and world health crisis. There needs to be some forgiveness when it comes to the money.
Right.
It should be.
There needs to be forgiveness when it comes to the money.
Like, give us a 6-month grace period.
Because here's the thing with a mortgage, right? A mortgage, if they're nice enough, like my brother's mortgage company, they could put it to the back of the loan because you can't get away from it. If you sell the house, if you
what up, Kai?
You're gonna pay that. But if you got like a you're renting somewhere and your lease is up, y'all got to come up with something that wasn't in that contract. So they want that up front for the most part, you know. So you got to figure that out.
Yeah, I can see that because that do kind of hit for people that was probably planning on moving this month,
right.
or whose lease was up this month, right. And now you stuck in a conundrum. Like, yo, what I'm gonna do? Where I'm gonna go? Like, yo, my lease was up at the beginning of the month.
Hey, True.
Moving this place at the beginning of the
month. You got the link in the chat. You're part of the Empire. Why don't you jump in here with us?
I was gonna ask you that a while ago. I didn't know why, but
if he's still in the chat. But I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm checking the stream chat. People are making comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But to me, that that to me, that's a conundrum. You stuck between the rock and the hard place. I don't know how. I don't know anybody who's probably in that situation. But for somebody that is, I don't know what would your choice be? Because if you stuck there like, yo, I was supposed to move this month, and I can't, or what do you do?
Right.
Just have to suffer through it, I guess.
Oh, you know what I meant to tell you, Justin?
What up?
You could have. I didn't even think of this now. You could actually hit the record button, and you could have been recording this whole thing from Zoom.
Well, it's recording from stream anyway.
Okay.
Because if anything, that's what I'm gonna repost.
Yeah, because when you do it through on Zoom, it just the screens. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What, the 4 screens?
Yeah, it just get just all black, and that's it. You don't have to worry about nothing else on your screen or nothing. It like crops everything for you perfectly. Because I was gonna ask you if I could get a copy of it so I could make a video of it, but then I would have to get it from your Twitch, and I don't think I could just download, because I could go to my Twitch and download the video.
Well, I'll download the video and send it to you. That's no problem.
Yeah, do that when it's all done.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like I want to get a bunch of eyes on it. Then I'll put everybody's stuff in the link in the description so people could go networking, man. Networking. The most amount of eyes we could get is what we need.
Yeah, the goal for me to do this next time is to have you and Eugene make sure your YouTubes are set up to be streaming it as well. This way,
I can set my YouTube up, but I'm just lazy, so I'm gonna have Anthony do it. Like I got unedited videos. I don't like editing. I hate editing. It's just.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna just upload a raw file call today.
Well, I mean, this is raw on Twitch. I'm not making any changes as far as I can tell. It has to stay on my Twitch for 24 hours, and I might just actually upload it on my YouTube.
Yeah.
Get some more eyes on it.
You know, because I'll be having ideas that, I like how I would want my intro to be, and, come out like a talk show host and, have some CGI curtains open up, and I walk out with a CGI suit. I'm just probably walking around with green screen naked, like J.A.D.E.
platitudes, Mike.
Yeah, the best thing,
like me.
Listen, now you're doing too much. The best thing you could do is come up with an idea and just put it out there. Start off with.
I got the idea. Let me live my fantasy how I want to vision myself.
Don't do that, Mike. But that's the problem with a lot of people. A lot of people, what happens is
they want to do too much
platitudes, and they want to do so much. And
what happens
is that becomes the stopgap. That becomes I can't do this, so I'm not going to do it.
That's what pulls them away.
So I'm not going to do it.
Let's be honest. I mentioned this that dude. We should all do a podcast maybe 3 months ago, and like it was a lot of reasons to put it off, and we just
mentioned that to you. I mentioned that to you sometime last year. I said that to you last year. You just didn't pay me no attention because I'm just Mike. I don't know no better. It's all Anthony and I know this. I'm just fucking with you. But for real, I did mention I did suggest that to us one time last year. Like, yo, we should get together and do something online like a podcast. No, I didn't say podcast. I said like a show.
Okay.
Or something we could do interviews with. But podcast is still a pretty good idea.
Listen, here we are.
Yeah, definitely, because
here we are. We're here now.
Yep, doing the damn thing. If I can, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm going to try. I'm going to learn how to separate the video and the audio, and I'll just put this out as an audio file. I'll put it on my Mixcloud.
Yeah, you can do that. You could
What about your Spotify?
I don't upload to Spotify like that. You need like. I have to look into that. I don't know how uploading to Spotify.
Don't you need a Spotify membership?
Because more people listen to Spotify than anything else today.
Yeah, but Spotify, I got to look into it. I don't know how it works. You might have to be an artist on some level.
Hot Beans is free.
No. You don't got to be artists to be on Spotify.
There was a lot of reasons to put it off. Coming from it.
There's a lot of podcasters on Spotify that I listen to.
Hey, okay. I'm putting this out there now. I'm saying this now. All right, listen, Tony. This is directly towards you.
All right.
I don't want to come into this chat one of these days and you feeling all excited about yourself and you want to rip your shirt off and make everybody look bad.
Bro, right? I gotta start working out again to do that.
I'm just saying. Not everybody got that 6-pack and everything. We don't want to look bad. I don't want to look bad. I don't know about anybody else. I don't want to look bad.
Listen, I want to find my 6-pack. I don't got one either.
You got in the hot tub.
Can I tell you that's the one thing that's pissed me off the most about this shit? Like, I was on my shit, my grind. I got down to 406 pounds and was going to the gym on a regular basis, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yeah, you was killing it.
And this shit hit. And I'm so hot. And mind you, I'm still trying to watch what I eat, watch my portions and whatnot, but I know the weight's coming back.
Well, it's funny. I'm losing weight because I'm weird. Like I'll stay in my bedroom all day making content, and then I'll eat dinner at like 5:30 or 6, and I literally won't drink or eat all day. I'm like, back from living.
Stop being a bitch in the chat and coming to the fucking stream, man. I sent you the invite. You need me to send you the invite to the Zoom meeting? I can do it.
Was that true?
He's in the chat.
Yeah, true. He's in the Twitch chat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on. That's funny. Oh, he said
there's like 40 minutes.
Let him know he ain't got to be seen. He can do the same thing Eugene doing. Nobody got seen.
Yeah.
You gaming with? Tell him to come in here too. He said he's gaming with John.
Yeah. Oh, they're playing Destiny, Dan.
Well, no, fair. I mean, it's not like we gave. I mean, outside of what I put in the Twitch, and outside of what I put in the Destiny chat, it wasn't like I did it beforehand. But it's Saturday, so if we're gonna do this, because let's face it, y'all ain't got shit to do.
We ain't got shit to do.
Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Don't say you got something to do. You lying. You ain't got shit to do.
I feel like we can manage this at least every other day. Like outside of the podcast, we can come up with bullet points to talk about. Like we've been talking for almost 2.5 hours now. So
I got a problem with it.
To me, that's a successful podcast as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
We filled the airspace for
now.
2.5
Just imagine
hours.
we have topics, we have stories, we have stuff to run off on. This is just off the head. This is to me. This is freestyle.
This is just off the dome.
This is freestyle. You coming in there?
Imagine if we actually put not necessarily structure, but at the very least we put something ahead of ourselves and we're able to put the least amount of structure on it, so we can. Because we're always going to freestyle, and I'm good with that.
Really need, right? Just from the stuff I've been doing, all we really need is a few topics.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying we go crazy.
That's it.
Just a few bullet points.
And then we have like 3 topics, and then
hold up. So I gotta ask this. I don't care if nobody ever makes it in, but I gotta ask this because this been on my mind for a minute, and I've been wanting to ask y'all in the group, but I know everybody don't get this, so I'm just gonna ask y'all since y'all here.
What up?
Who is a character that you hate the most, but everybody else like?
Negan from The Walking Dead. I hate when Negan killed. Spoiler alert! When Negan killed Glenn, I'm like, I can't mess with him. Everybody loves Negan. My wife got a poster of Negan on the wall.
Dude, no, I agree with you. I'll be honest with you. Negan is what killed the show for me.
Yeah, because but Negan.
I was a fan. I was a hardcore fan of Walking Dead, and the death of Glenn. Not even so much the death of Glenn, but the sheer. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, just the I can't even think of it. But just that in and of itself, just how visceral it was, and the line, to me, that crossed the line.
No, and again, I'm a fan, so I continued to watch it. But I
watched for a little while after that.
Like the world, fell in love with him. Like, yo, he's awesome. He's the coolest bad guy. I'm like, so that's my answer.
No, I agree. I'm not gonna steal his answer, but I definitely agree.
Yeah.
that makes it so much hard because I'm trying to pinch. Like, I know who Glenn is because I ain't watched Walking Dead that much.
He was
but I think
he was the heart and soul of that show.
I never watched the Walking Dead.
That was the one episode. I can say that was the one episode that I did see. Like, I will catch it because I hear everybody talking about the Walking Dead, and I was like, I don't watch that. And I was like, but for me to be like into zombie apocalypse stuff, I'm like, why didn't I never watch it? So when I did watch it, that was the episode that I seen.
That shit was rough.
That's how popular Negan is. They put him on Tekken in the background where he killed Glenn. It's insane.
It's an actual board in Tekken.
No.
Yeah.
Like, So that's
He's the character that nobody uses in Tekken also.
Bullshit. I got ripped by a Tekken on stream. By a Negan on stream.
Damn.
so. Long story short, that's the answer to your question. I don't know if Eugene got a different answer, but that's the person that everybody loved, but a few people hate. I'm just like, why do y'all love this man? He killed Glenn.
Then for me, that would be Tariq from Power.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't watch Power.
I don't
Fuck
watch
that
either,
guy.
Yeah, I watch Power.
but I hear so much about it. I don't watch Power, but I hear so much about it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Now,
Mike, what's your answer? Because I can't. I'm still thinking.
Me, I hate Superman.
Word.
Word, I hate Superman. Like every time it comes to, I hate. I side with Lex Luthor 100%. Sometimes, man, I don't like Superman.
Okay, well,
Like when it comes to me, nigga characters, I've tried.
I do be want to see Superman get what's coming to him also.
okay, well,
I
see what
love
you're
the death of
saying.
Superman when Doomsday killed him. I was excited about that. I was like, finally.
Y'all know I'm the biggest Batman hater, so.
Yeah, you do hate on some Batman.
You hate Batman.
Which
I
kills
don't
me
know.
because,
no
like,
reason.
that's the close. I feel like Batman is the closest any of us could come to being a superhero. So it kills me that you hate Batman so much.
Like, why?
Like,
He's
Batman
human.
is us.
He's us.
That's because exactly what you said. A superhero. Batman ain't no damn superhero. He's a hero, right? Take
Oh
that
my God.
super off his name. Ain't nothing super about Batman.
No, Batman is a superhero.
He is a superhero.
He fights supervillains that make
Because
him a
the shit he's
superhero.
capable of
His
is what makes him.
whack supervillains? His supervillains is the wackest
No,
one.
you know what? Batman gets the most respect as a superhero because he had to work to get where he was. Superman,
Is-
born with that shit. Wonder Woman, born with that shit.
Born.
Superman,
Flash.
Batman had to get there.
Flash had it accidentally, but once he got it,
No. Superman
everybody
wasn't
else-
born with that ability. That
Yeah,
ability
he
came to
was.
him
When he
no,
came,
that ability came to him when he came to Earth. That's how he
yeah,
got
the
that
yellow
ability.
sun. If the only what?
He's born with it. If he never,
So he
still
was
born
born with it. The yellow sun affects him that way. Period. He was born with it.
But he's just saying on his planet he's not super. I get what he's saying.
No, I get that,
Yeah.
but he was born like that doesn't change the fact even that what the yellow sun does.
Do
So
y'all
you
know
still
that,
was
that,
upon
that
him.
people in Krypton was treated the same as those with same powers? They were sent out to conquer different worlds. So even if they didn't have a yellow sun there, they was armed.
No,
With
Kryptonians were beasts. Have you seen that show? I need to start watching it again. That show Krypton?
No,
Yes.
That shit was
I got all
dope.
the episodes recorded though.
Yo, where's it on Disney Plus?
No, Krypton
No.
was on Sci-Fi.
Sci-fi. It was on sci-fi.
And I just started watching it by accident one day.
day.
I'm like, this shit is dope as hell.
Now I might
It
start
let you know, like they was some. They try to make it seem like Krypton was all about science because they had a lot of sciences there. Like Superman dad was a scientist and all that, but there was
There's a whole lot
military
of war.
scientists.
They were warriors.
They was militant. They
was
all had that militant mind.
Zod was a
So
beast.
they would go out there and kill. They'll conquer a whole planet if they have to
Yeah.
for the survival of their race. They'd do it.
Yeah, Kryptonians were nothing to fuck with. Now, it's funny because I feel like I dislike characters in context. So, like, I say that for like, so a lot of people, they like to put Goku against Superman. I always root for Goku. Even though they talk about Goku wouldn't win, I still root for Goku. Fuck that.
I still root for Goku. I root for Goku because I hate Superman.
I feel like that's almost been what's pushing Dragon Ball Super.
This is
Because
why
they're
I
trying
don't
to push
like Batman.
Goku to a version that would believably beat Superman.
Here's why I don't like Batman. They're like, Batman versus Goku. Batman will win. You'd be like, no the hell he won't. I'm telling you.
No, there's no preparation in the world that could, no.
There's not. See, people go by that because is Batman.
Well, yeah, because the
A lot of
saying
you
is,
that Batman could beat. Is the theory that Batman can beat
with
everybody.
prep time
if he
can
preps
beat
for it.
anybody. That's the theory.
That's the theory, and people run off of that. It's hard to kind of prep for that. To say it's hard to kind of deflect from that if you say if a person have this much time to prep for a battle to learn somebody's weakness, there is a strong chance that he can beat them.
All right, the funny if we're using Goku as the subject to that, the problem with that is there's no prep time in the world that can prepare Batman for Goku simply because Goku has no real weakness.
Mm-mm.
The only real weakness to Goku is if you're stronger than him.
Right.
It's not like Superman has kryptonite. What is going on out there? Uh, Superman has kryptonite. Goku has no real weakness unless you're stronger than him.
Unless you're stronger than him.
Which is never going to happen.
Goku biggest weakness is his problem of wanting people to be stronger than him. If you feel that you're stronger than him, he gonna let you go and train some more to get stronger than him just so you come back
so
and fight
Batman would need like 200 years of prep time to beat Goku.
for that.
He'll need that amount of time to land a punch on Goku.
For real.
Yeah, I guarantee that's probably a comic book or a bunch of people who planned it out of how Batman to beat Goku. I bet.
Of course, you know
let's
it
keep
is.
it real. As far as I'm concerned, let's just if we're gonna mash up lores and shit, let's call it what it is. Krillin is the strongest human being on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, and let's be real, Krillin's the man.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm just gonna say it like this.
Krillin fuck Batman up.
Yamcha
fuck Batman up.
Yeah.
Like, we're being real.
Let me ask you this,
funny.
right?
And
True said comics are dead. But let me ask you this.
What?
Man, I know y'all not gonna side with me, but I feel like the Joker is the wackest villain I don't never seen, man.
I think so too. And I know I agree with that. And I know there's some history and lore or whatever behind it.
My God,
but how the fuck does Joker hang with Batman 1-to-1?
At all.
Like, seriously. I know as much as you hate Batman, you have to be asking yourself, how the fuck does Joker hang with Batman 1-to-1?
on a fighting level?
Yeah, on a fighting level.
Here's what
I like Joker because of the character he is personality-wise.
True disagree.
The character
if
he is
you disagree,
personality-wise.
come into the Zoom and talk about it. True disagree.
That.
Motherfucker.
Everybody made a big deal about on the Joker movie, right? I'm like, Hannibal Lecter would chip the Joker. What are you talking about? He didn't do nothing special in that movie.
That's what I said. On a psyche level, Joker is pretty much unmatched. He is smart.
No, yeah, Joker's smart as shit. I'm not denying his intelligence.
But
I just mean
fighting
on a straight
wise,
hand-to-hand combat, how the fuck does the Joker hang with Batman?
I don't see that.
Like, Joker, like, honestly, outside of all the Joker's bullshit and tricks, let's strip the Joker down. Let's strip Joker and Bruce Wayne down, man to man, put him in the room. The Joker should be running, scratching, clawing the walls to get the fuck out. Because
So let me think about this. So if Batman is supposed to be that good of a superhero, you can't catch the Joker?
No, he can catch the Joker all the time. He just refuses to kill his ass till he finally did.
Yeah, that's the problem. If he killed, now if this was Thomas Wayne, Joker would have been dead already.
For facts.
Oh man.
This is Damian Wayne. Joker been dead already.
Joker been dead already. Right.
This is Red Hood.
You killed him, Robin? Yes, I did, Father. I cut his head off and his tongue. Would you like to see?
Yep.
True said he disagreed.
This was Red Hood. No, he said What do you disagree about, True? This is why you need to be in the chat, man, in the stream.
If he ain't in here, his opinion is invalid.
Justin, let me say something. You see why y'all laughing at me, right? This handy little thing right in front of me, I could look down and read what you're saying.
I'm good right here. I got my setup. I'm gravy. I'm not worried about it.
Who's noticing it more, you or me?
Me. I just told you what he said. What are you talking about?
I
said True said he disagreed like 5 minutes ago.
He did. He did say that.
That was me.
And they would be hit with Joker toxin. Like I said, strip away Joker's bullshit. Bruce Wayne,
unmatched, just in their draws, hand in hand.
Bruce
Wayne would knuckle him up.
Please.
Yo,
Joker get chipped all the way out.
Hannibal Lecter will put the mittens to Joker.
I like Joker. I can agree with that, but I just like Joker for his tenacity, his intelligence, and his psychness.
Awesome.
The character of him is just there.
Well,
But I
and
can
that's the
agree when it
thing.
comes down to the fight. I don't see how they have him match up with
But
Batman.
that's the issue with DC Comics in general. DC comic book characters are just ridiculously overpowered, and
Or
that's a known.
ridiculously have no power at all, but they're supposed to be high up there. Like it's
Well,
like
with DC characters, especially with a lot of their villains, they're focused on the mindset of them.
right.
They play the mind card. They don't play the strength card. They don't play the power card. If you look at Lex Luthor didn't really have no powers. He played the mind card. He played mind games to get behind people. He always fuck with you with your mind. He'll have a whole crowd of people turn on Batman by the things that he would say that Batman did trying to protect people. And now you got a whole crowd like, oh, Batman saved everybody. But look at the damage he did to the town. We're going to be the ones that's going to have to clean this up, not him. Now everybody turn looking at Superman like, yo, you right. Like, yo, are you going to clean this shit? It's coming out of our tax dollars.
So, you know what, Mike? They did the same thing to the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they did. Speaking of
Mhm.
damage, I watched. I finally watched Kong Skull Island,
Oh wow.
and yeah,
Really?
and I watched Godzilla immediately after.
Right. Okay.
Kong was definitely a better movie.
They both
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
both played back to back today. My daughter was watching both of them.
Oh,
Today.
that's deep. Wait, where? On what?
Let me ask her. Yeah, just today. Like I came out my room. Remember when I came out my room earlier? I told you I went to take a shower, and then when I had wrote you back, and you was like, I thought you was taking a shower. When I was sitting at the table eating cereal, she was watching Godzilla. They played Kong and then Godzilla.
Because I'm about to be pissed because I rented Godzilla on Amazon Prime.
Oh wow, the first one, right?
um,
You talking about the first Godzilla?
what do you think of when you say the first one?
The Godzilla that comes immediately after King Kong.
Skull Island.
Time wise, yeah.
Has there been another one yet?
Yes, guys,
Yes.
it's two Godzillas now. Yeah,
It's been 2.
yeah.
What's the other one?
The one
The
with
recent one is Godzilla versus the monsters. When all the monsters, I forgot what that one was called, but that was the most recent one.
yeah.
Well, no, because I
Godzilla
watched
King-
Godzilla, I watched Skull Island, and then I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah, that's the second.
That's the one.
second
Godzilla King of the Monsters. That's the recent one. That's the most recent
What's the
one.
one before that?
Godzilla.
Man, what time is it?
The one before that is like the beginning. It shows
Because I watched Skull Island, and then I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters, and that's what appeared to be the sequel that had that company, Mon, whatever they were called.
Yeah, that's how I see it. That's why, to me, I would watch it in that order because to me, that's what it feel like. That would come back to back.
No, so here, this is how it goes. It's King Kong, Godzilla, and then Godzilla King of Monsters. That's the order it is. So,
Oh shit!
yeah. So you only seen one new Godzilla movie?
Well, I've never been a huge Godzilla fan. I just remember I'm kind of on this whole Samuel L. Jackson movie journey.
Okay.
So I watched Skull Island, which I thought was incredible. I thought that was really good.
Really good.
And then I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters, thinking that was the direct sequel,
No.
which it looked like it was, though. They acted like it was.
No. Here's the thing. So the Godzilla movie that came out before Skull Island, but Skull Island timeline is before that movie. So Godzilla did really good. So they decided let's make because ultimately it's going to be Godzilla versus King Kong.
Right,
so when
right.
Godzilla did good, they decided let's make a King Kong movie, but King Kong took place in like 1950s or something like that.
Right.
But the Godzilla movie was like 1916 or whatever. God darn it, 2016. So, or 2015, I think that movie came out later. So then they made a Godzilla Part 2, which is the one you just watched. Yeah.
Well, you don't miss nothing.
Yeah.
I will say this: you don't lose nothing. Like I didn't. It's not like I had to watch that Godzilla to make this one make sense. So that's good.
Elena.
No, well, I actually might watch that movie today. This Skull Island movie. I've never seen it before.
Skull Island's good.
Skull Island was good.
That shit was
It
good
was
as
real
hell.
good.
Let's see, it's on Voodoo for $3.
Do you have You don't have Amazon Prime, do you?
Yeah, I have it.
Watch it on there. It's free.
Okay, cool. Watch for me.
Or wait a minute. No, I take that back.
It's $3.99 to rent.
I watched it on HBO because I get my HBO through Amazon Prime. That's why I keep saying Amazon Prime.
Man, who remember HBO used to be on Channel 18?
Oh my God! Remember, remember we used to be on Channel 22.
Yo,
The
the movie channel. The movie
Remember
channel.
when that shit used to be fuzzy on the cable box?
Woo.
What channel was it?
Channel 16 used to be USA.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who's old enough to remember a classic digital cable?
Hey, Justin.
What up?
You said it was on TBS.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out then.
Oh, that's
So
okay.
Justin, Godzilla, right?
Okay.
And then this is what you just saw.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right.
it
I see
came
where I
out first.
screwed up now.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't even
biggie.
movies, but Sandy bought me the first Godzilla for my birthday years ago, so then I had to get the second one. And I'm a huge fan, but
Right. I've always heard of them, but I've never been like the hugest
okay.
monster fan. But I watched Skull Island. Like I said, I watched Skull Island for Samuel L. Jackson. Really dug it.
Yeah, you messed me up when you said you was never into Aliens or Predator.
No.
The other day I was like, wow.
I'm definitely more into Predator than Aliens. I'm not into Aliens at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. I
I'm
like
more
Predator, but I'm
Predator
not like
than
I'm not like
Aliens.
I wouldn't go as far as to call myself a fan.
Okay,
I like
yeah.
the Predator.
Right. Okay, got you.
I've seen bits of I've never seen the first movie from front to back. I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I understand the basic gist of it. I've seen the second one with Danny Glover from front to back.
Danny Glover.
And then I actually did go to the theater to see Predators.
Okay.
And then the last one I saw at home. I waited for it to come out. It was cool.
Yeah, I followed. I watched pretty much almost all the Aliens, all the Predators, and I still say by far the worst was Aliens versus Predators.
Which one? Part one or part two?
Aliens vs. Predator was cool. The first one.
The first one, it took me off because I'm like, yo, how? I still have. I still try to draw the whole concept of it. I'm like, okay, I understand how they got to Earth.
Right.
But the Predator means for their means is stalking, hunting, training.
Right.
That's what they practice on the humans with. To me, I ain't really see. It was only one alien, so I don't understand why that one alien was such a big deal. Because it was like the alien didn't inhabit no humans. So why was he so worried about the alien? The alien didn't even show up to like near the damn end when he finally seen the alien.
Now, here's where I was a little confused. Because I saw the last Predator movie.
Right.
And it seemed like that was almost a sequel to Aliens vs. Predator. Because it seemed like that Predator was the Predator alien.
Yeah.
That's what that's to me, that's what it seemed like also.
So here's the thing. The Predator alien was actually in Predators versus Alien Part 2. That was the alien that came out of, that was the Predator alien that came out of from Aliens versus Predator Part
I've probably
1.
never seen Part 2 then.
Yeah, Part 2 actually had what you're thinking of. That happened. But that one was like a biological enhanced predator. So that was different. That had nothing to do with the aliens. That was like a super predator.
Well, yeah, that pissed me off because I actually thought they was gonna end up being friends with that predator. Like I thought that one from all the predators about to team up with him. No, he say fuck my man up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they made like that predator suit at the very end.
Right.
Which just looked crazy.
Now here's my problem. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I feel like people have a problem with stuff, but they forget that there's a lore out there. Before there was a movie, there was comic books, video games. So the problem is nothing was wrong with that suit, because if you was young in the arcade playing Predators vs. Alien, you was walking around one of the humans with that suit on. But people didn't realize that suit is old. Like, that's nothing new. And people was like, yo, that was dumb. How'd they give him this suit? I'm like, yo, man, that's
pretty much that was retro. That was a retro suit.
Yeah, it was
that's actual canon.
Yeah.
It's
canon.
But
That's funny.
cinematically, if you didn't know that, it's like I know people who are super into Star Wars, but they will not get behind Clone Wars, the little CG cartoon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They thought
Clone Wars is a core component of Star Wars.
it is.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like it's still canon.
Like, if you really want to tie up, you have to know Clone Wars if you want to understand some of the loose ends. It's funny you brought that up because we were watching The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. Check it out, and it was like we weren't sure when it was happening at first.
Okay.
Like, we found out Baby Yoda was 50. Spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't know. But we also
Mm-hmm.
found out that it was literally that The Mandalorian actually took place before the first new Star Wars movie. Or no, matter of fact, like during, more or less. Like when she was being trained by Luke, right? I think it times out somewhere around there. It's like a 27-year gap in there somewhere where it takes place. It takes place either right before, because obviously the Mandalorian itself takes place after they abolished the Empire. And so Mary was looking forward to some Baby Yoda action in the most recent Star Wars movie, but we never got that.
Yeah, it's a bunch of people who kind of have a problem with a lot of stuff not being mentioned. But I think what the problem is because some people probably, like, for instance, I didn't see Mandalorian, right? But I seen the movie. So it's kind of like if I didn't see Mandalorian, like some stuff will spoil some stuff. So I guess they got to let it give a long enough time.
Well, here's the thing: nothing has nothing to do with the other.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing they pull from Mandalorian that they put in the Star Wars movie is the Force heal.
Hmm.
Because Baby Yoda can use the Force heal in the Mandalorian, which is a Jedi ability you've never seen until basically that movie and or the Mandalorian. So that blew a lot of people's minds. They were like, "Wait a minute, we've never seen this before."
Mm-hmm.
So that was new. But that's one thing that they pulled from the Mandalorian because she was able to like heal people or whatever.
Right.
Or I think you say he was able to heal her at the very end.
Well, guys, I think we beat this thing up.
Yeah, we
This
did.
was good. I'm glad Mike jumped in. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
no doubt. Absolutely. Thanks for
glad
being here, Mike.
But but next time, Ant, I want to take advantage of an idea you brought to me like a long time ago.
okay.
You want me to talk about stuff that only happens to me.
Yes, we need a little segment on stuff that only happens to Eugene, and he's gonna say the same thing every time.
Probably.
So honestly, Eugene do have some crazy stuff. You're like, wow, yeah, that never happened to me.
No, my
Actually, I
favorite
just
was the
had.
McGriddles he got that one time.
What you
Yep.
say, Jack?
Which it's funny because I can't understand mistake because they do sell the McGriddle cakes like that by themselves.
I don't know.
How about he showed the pictures of his? They had like no fries in his bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he ate them fries and took that picture and sent it to us.
No,
You know what?
that,
I believe it.
that was a couple of days ago for DoorDash. My daughter ordered some Wendy's, right? I told her to get me something. So she bought 2 bags, right? One bag had the Wendy's classic meal on it, right? And the other bag had leftover French fries.
I still think you eat fries.
Fuck, yo.
So it's safe to say that the DoorDash driver ate my food.
I mean, it's hard out there with this Rona, man.
Wait,
He got hungry.
do you know
He's
what your
making
daughter
deliveries.
ordered for
Food
you?
smelling good. What you want him to do?
Do you know what your
Shit
daughter
real.
ordered for you?
Yeah, we both had the same thing. It was number 2.
Dave's double. Oh well. Yep.
Oh,
That
I
only
didn't
happens
tell
to
you.
Eugene.
You know
But
what I'm doing?
you know what? Yeah, I think this is a good place to wrap it up. We've been talking for almost 3 hours.
Yeah, we had 5.
Um,
Five,
That's
10.
150.
can I get a commitment for Monday?
I'm ready.
What time?
Monday, 12 noon.
Yeah, I'm
That
good.
that works for me.
All
I got
right.
shit going on.
So if you're watching in the Twitch stream, we'll be back Monday, 12 noon. Thank you for joining the Mighty Jade Empire podcast.
Hold up.
We just go
Why
from
don't
the
we get
dome. So I'm not
yeah,
going to give anyone a setup for Monday. You'll just see what we talk about when we get here. Until
Let's
then,
just jump in.
I'm DJ Justin Love for All Purpose Champion, Jim Marvel, and Black Dragon 79. We will catch you on Monday. Hopefully, we got a few more of the Empire with us. Until then, I'm out. Peace.
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 So we're no longer live.